the guy that you all hate?
Daniel.
Daniel.
He was our assistant. We hated him so much that we went to Scott over him, and now we have a new assistant. And he got moved to a different department.
Nice.
We all hated him. Our assistants trade every 6 months.
Daniel what?
I don't know his last name. Probably don't know him. He grew up in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not who I was thinking.
But
That's great.
we all hated him, and we complained to Scott all the time with open door issues that he got moved to over grocery, and Kendra, who was our assistant who moved to grocery, came back to us because there was too many issues.
Like what?
Like not doing schedules correctly, not having schedules out in time, changing them at the last second, not telling anybody.
Oh, that's not good.
Then giving us points for when we show up late or something because we were going off our old schedule. When there was issues, not fixing them, didn't listen, and he never ran the front end before. So we're like, well, come to us if you have any questions. We know most, we know it. He just wouldn't listen to us over anything. Anything.
And now where is he?
Over grocery, which he's done before. So he's much more comfortable. I think he's more comfortable there. Because over the front end, you have to deal with a lot of people. I mean, not just employee-wise, but customer-wise. But he just didn't understand the scheduling process.
And now where? Perfect. So let's see. You're gonna be a human?
No, I'm not sure.
You gotta hurry up and pick.
Yeah, no. No, I think I want to be a half elf. With race, and I think.
And I think say I know.
I know I want to be a half elf for a race. And I'm going to be a warrior, a fighter, but I'm just gonna, still follow Istis, but I'm not gonna be touched by her.
So straight fighter?
That part I do not know yet. I'm gonna do one more round of stats and see. I know. I'm being picky.
Well,
But
Whatever. And you won't be
I wasn't
introduced right away anyway.
Exactly.
No, you have
Like I knew that. I knew I was
Time
gonna be
until
I knew I was going to be introduced like halfway through, if not.
until Artie Von Zibjab gets here. It doesn't really matter.
Exactly. Yeah, I talked to him earlier. He was asking for my address, and I asked if he was going to send me anthrax in the mail. He told me no.
That sounds like a Sean thing.
Right? He told me no, he was going to send me chicken pox instead.
Oh, that's a lot nicer.
I told him I already had it, so I'd be okay, but my kid might get it.
I'm not. I don't think.
You don't think he's going to send me anthrax?
I don't think he's gonna send you anthrax.
No anthrax? Okay.
Why not? Sounds like such a fun thing. Nice.
I just don't think that's his style.
Oh.
Okay,
He might send me like a stripogrammer, though. Very pretty cool.
That'd be interesting. Male or female?
I don't know. I'd have to have fun. I want to ask him when he gets here.
Well, somebody else is watching. Might be Tom. I told Tom we were back on
Well, if he
Thursdays.
sends me a female stripogram, she needs to have red hair.
Why?
Whoever's out there watching our live stream, this is episode 2 of Return to Back in Greyhawk, I should say. So, if you don't know what happened last episode, Artie and Aluna met back up after Aluna secured a body for Artie, only to find out that Artie did not need the body anymore. So they sat around and caught up, and then the next day, a poor citizen of the town of Greyhawk had hurt himself, and Artie healed him. And then after that, some Knights of Folta showed up and asked if Artie would go meet Gurg at Castle X, and he went. And
Okay,
it sounded like
found
a
some good ones that
bird
I like.
just hit the window.
Yeah, I was like, what is that?
So if you see a bird outside my house wobbling around, you know what that was.
Well,
And so
There's
Aluna
one
and
that's
Artie
not
went to
good.
Castle X, and there they met the Sword Emperor
but
and
the rest
had
are
a conversation about current events and
316s.
the numbers
14,
man,
13,
and
and an 8.
the
That's
body of
manageable.
Durant in the tower
Okay.
back in
Now for
Romania, Renals. And then that meeting was concluded.
17 in deaths.
And then
Oh,
later
no.
on that night, Luna wandered out of her room and found herself face to face with the Sword Emperor and the dragon, and they had a conversation. And then everybody came back. Artie spent all day helping the sick and injured out in around the castle. And then they came back and shared information, and then that's where we stopped. So
How long did he say?
unless there's something you would like to add.
No, that's pretty much about it. That's it. What time did he say he'd be here? He just said
I
late.
will read you this text.
Actually, this one I might actually be a ranger. I still just kind of goes the melee route.
You wanna do that?
Yeah, I think I will actually. I'm looking at some stuff, some of the
I'm
bumps.
just waiting on Sean. Oh, now there's 3 people watching. Oh, no, they left. Look up 3-2. Oh.
Aw.
If you're out there, you can join us in the chat room here on YouTube. Say hi, or you can go to www.
Uh-oh.
Looks like my internet's fucking up. I might have to reset it. Which has been going great all day.
Yeah, it's messed up.
I keep Sunday. What is it about fucking Thursday nights? Somebody. No, it says it's on over here. All right, I guess it was just thinking about it. Worldofskell.freeforums.net if you want to join, and there's other sidebar stories up on the website I'll occasionally put up telling about what people are doing that aren't currently involved in the story. 4 people watching now. Hello, all 4 people watching, of which I assume 3 are Russian bots. Why not? If the
Russian bots of all.
Well, I'm
the
watching, so I mean, that eliminates one of them.
Oh, okay. Okay, and now it's down to 3.
Yeah, now I ended it.
Oh, okay. And I guess I'm probably one. Oh, there's Celestian. Hey, Celestian. Good evening. I think I think he's down in Texas, maybe. I don't remember.
Did it comment in the chat? Oh.
Good call.
Yeah.
Are we on Saturday?
Yep.
Okay. I have a fun weekend.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Limburg is off, but I'm still getting up earlier than I normally would because I have to be.
Yeah, that is for a word. You're doing what?
Tomorrow, Limburg is off, but I still have to get up really early because I have to be at off of Macklin at 7:15 in the morning for a psychiatrist appointment. Then later on Friday, I will be at South Tech High School doing that. Then Saturday in the morning, I have an ACT. That'll be great. And then afternoon, I'm here with you. And then Sunday, I have bowling.
A league bowling or just fun
League.
Bowling? Okay.
I'm on a travel league.
I know Celestian from the dragonsfoot.org website. I think it's org, maybe it's net. I don't know. And he's an old school gamer, which is basically anything before 3rd edition. At least that's what the forum is for, but I'm sure that there's lots of guys or people that go there that will play a newer edition if that was all they had to play.
So, like, you know me from Price Chopper?
Yeah, I know Aluna from Price Chopper. Actually, I knew Aluna probably through her mother. She was probably floating around in there at one point, and then that particular egg was selected out of the thousands that were available. So,
Some of them.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you met me through either my grandmother or
how old were you when your mom passed?
5 days before my 3rd birthday. So not even 3.
Okay.
He was a baby.
Yeah.
So you probably, unfortunately, don't have a lot of memories of it.
0.
Oh, none at all?
That many.
My earliest memories are running through that door when it was made of glass and almost dying.
Why would you run through the door?
Because it was Saturday and Mom went shopping.
It was a good idea at the time.
And a lot of times the door would just shut but not click. So I would push on it and go outside. Well, this time it had clicked and I went, and said, slice up the arm. And I remember all the blood. I don't remember the pain, but I remember all the blood. And I remember them putting me in the tub and then getting in a car and then getting in an ambulance and then putting the thing in my nose and going to sleep. And that was probably 2 or 3.
I don't think what my earliest memory is.
That's my earliest memory.
I need to Google because I'm pretty
My
sure.
earliest memory is I was in ballet class, so I had been like 4, and it was after ballet class, and my mom had this really old beater car, and I went to get out of the car, and she slammed my hand in the car door.
Oops.
And then we went to the emergency room, and I broke 3 fingers.
Which hand?
This one.
And
I was like getting out, and I had my hand
everything's
still
fine?
there. Yeah, it's fine now, but I had like my hand there, and then she slammed it shut. And then we went to the emergency room, and she felt bad, and she bought me a popsicle.
It sounds like a pretty good parent.
I'm sure she was much more upset than I remember.
Oh, yeah.
But, but she bought me a popsicle.
Now, you know what's funny is that right about that same time, I ran into her at the High Ridge Kroger, and she said that she was doing some kind of insurance scam with children's hands and cartilage.
Huh.
So I wonder if they're related.
I wonder.
And no, I fucked that story all up because the Kroger was gone in like 1982. So don't worry.
Yeah.
We weren't even out of high school.
Greyhawk deities.
I think she was was still in nursing school at that point.
Yeah.
Because she started going to school right after I was born.
Right on.
Yeah, she got her LPN.
I was going to read you what Sean had texted.
That Sean is lame, and I'm going to message him and harass him relentlessly.
You should. Anyone out there listening, if you want to message Ars Bumgot, otherwise known as Artie, his phone number is what did he say? No. Okay. I might be running late, 30 minutes or so. Not coming from home. I have your door bar. Okay, so
I told him he was super lame.
it's 37 minutes after the time, so now he's officially late. But you'll have that.
Cobb, how would this work? If I were to work, so as a ranger, is there a specific deity you'd have to follow?
No,
There are suggested deities to follow, but I'm not. I mean, other than it being a good aligned.
Okay, so then never mind. Because Istis is neutral. So that would mean I'd have to be a warrior.
I seem to remember
Sean said traffic.
Rangers have to be good.
Yeah, they do. That makes me a sad panda.
See Rangers, Player's Handbook. And the Ranger needs to be strong and wise to the ways of nature to live a full life. Like Ted Kaczynski. Rangers are always good, but they can be lawful, neutral, or chaotic. Okay. It is in the Ranger's heart to do good, but not always by the rules.
Gotcha.
By the rules. And everybody knows D&D players, they like the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Or Cobb. It can be just Cobb.
Although sometimes you gotta say screw the rules. That's what I think.
Man, there's some really nice parts about a Ranger with the whole like no penalties for dual wielding if you use studded leather. That's actually pretty boss. I could just not be my I could just not follow Istus. Let's see. Other good deities out there. Let's see. St. Cuthbert, no. Voltus. Aluna. Where is there a Mr. DM? What do you mean by recommended deities to follow as a ranger? Is there like a list somewhere? Or is it House Rules list?
No, I was just looking at my Greyhawk book here. So I'm sure. Not that. Let's try the player's guide.
Because I'm looking at the actual ranger and it doesn't say anything. Oh, and then I also got to think about special ranger stuff. Complete fighters, priest.
Obviously,
Rangers.
Biori, the Earth Mother, would be good because she's neutral good with druids and farmers and rustic folk.
But
there's Palor, god of sun, light, strength, and healing. There's Celestian, good for wanderers. Speak of the devil, Celestian. Aluna, any good rangers. That's a female deity. Forest, woodlands, flora and fauna, and fertility. If you were going to play like a vagabond type ranger, that Farlangan would be good because of any non-evil poor merchants, caravan travelers, or vagabonds.
There he is.
St. Cuthbert is always good.
Yeah. I don't want to be part of Leroy's fate. I'm sorry. I love you, really.
Freedom Fighters. There's Tritherion. Chaotic good.
Tritherion.
There's
Tritherion. Liberty.
I had to count for the trash.
Retribution and self-defense.
Coming off of W.
Excuses.
Oh, the
Didn't
tri-skeleton.
even think about it when I was coming up.
Excuses.
I just learned about the tri-skeleton not too long ago.
First, since you're late all the
It's
time.
tri-skeleton.
Right? I have to know this one. We were right on time.
Well, I told him a couple hours ago.
You told me, I can tell you exactly what you told me. I would guess it was 3 o'clock. Let's see if I'm right.
It was 2:59.
Oh, I was off. Never mind.
According to my clock, your clock might have said 3.
Let's see.
Did you have a productive day?
Yes.
Depends on your definition.
Did you buy another tractor?
Nope.
Then it wasn't as productive.
It did.
Why would you need another tractor? Doesn't already have
I
one?
didn't buy another one. Where were you guys at, by the way,
Where?
on Saturday?
I was working.
Phyton, Nature, Natural Beauty, and Farming. Chaotic Good,
I thought I was
Nature
gonna be able
Good,
to get
Farmers,
off.
Rangers, and Elves. So we
No,
got
we're
a
not
couple to
having
pick from.
Our overnight called
my
out.
internet tried theory on.
Phyton, Nature, Natural Beauty. Look at that.
Had to turn on to hit like.
Our overnight called out, and then
Let's
our
see if
closer
it'll
called
show
out.
up.
So if I didn't show up, then there would have been no CSM
Bam.
30 on.
4 watching, so you're like 20 seconds. This is 20 seconds behind. And then it went down.
That would be the delay. And
Do it. Oh,
But I will be there tomorrow.
I was gonna say, your stick's in the back of my car, so get it
Thank
out
you.
whatever. I cut it down, but you'll have to cut it to exact.
okay.
How do you have a stick?
I'm gonna put it in
He
the
wants
door
a stick.
so it can't be opened when I'm not here. Because the last of my renters are gonna be leaving in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's what I was
It'll be
gonna
me.
ask you. So you kick them all out, huh?
No, they finally are flying the nest.
On their own?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect timing, huh?
Well, I mean, whatever.
Well, you were talking about in the very near future.
Yeah,
Pushing them out the door anyway.
yeah.
I'm just saying, it's good timing. Who
Like
am I
that-
playing in this game? Which one are we? Oh, never mind. I
So is that
couldn't remember
mean you're
who I was
gonna
playing.
start your work that you want to do up here earlier than you planned, or are you still gonna hold off?
Nah, it'll be a matter of money. So as
I think
money
we should
becomes
turn-
available.
We should turn this room into the same thing we turned your basement into the other house, so that you end up having to sell it and move and all that
Yeah.
cool shit goes away.
I hate
This
coming
is so
back.
great. Too bad I can't stay.
Fucking weird built-in bookcases
But you'll have that.
on 1 1/4 walls.
You'll have that. Sometimes things don't work like they're supposed to.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Keep my windows down.
No, I wanted to go, but
Oh, well, just come. It was a good time.
because I couldn't
Cops
call
was
out.
there with both kids.
Yeah.
'Cause I couldn't call out.
Oh, you ended up working?
Everybody else called out that day.
Could have, chose not. You pull my character sheet out here.
What was I doing?
Uh,
I needed to
well, I don't
find
see 'em.
rocks.
That's why I'm asking.
No,
Oh, you put rock on top then maybe? Is that why I can't find me?
that would be my guess.
That could be.
Because I couldn't remember rock stuff. So it was like,
But you had it in the system.
But we were, I was
He's
over
big and
there.
dumb. That's all you need to know about rock.
Big and dumb. My God. I'm not. I'm wise-ish. Wiser than your average human. I feel like killing a player character today. What about you?
Like what?
Killing a player character today. What about you?
Do it.
All right.
Which one?
Probably you.
Figured.
Which one? Obviously not me.
I like Aluna.
If it gets warm in here, you can open the windows, by the way.
Fine right now. It doesn't feel warm.
That's
Temperature's
fine.
starting to drop slowly now.
I might actually do the Mountain Man, actually.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys, I already did a recap for the podcast and the web watchers.
Candy.
So,
I think you need to do it again. I don't remember where we're at. Where we at?
We
Still in town doing nothing? I don't remember.
yeah, we're at Gerds, pretty much doing nothing.
Oh, that's right. We're good.
We recapped on what we found.
doing
what we
nothing.
found out.
You're tired after a long day.
Yeah, I talked to
Long
a
thing doing
dragon.
nothing?
I talked to a
That's right. I
dragon.
think you told me that.
I did.
But I asked you what color it was. Or I asked somebody what color it was. I asked everybody what
Blue.
color it was. Yeah, I remember you telling me. All right.
I thought these were the good spoilers. They're not.
And we're playing Saturday, right? That's correct. Okay. Just remembering.
So really, you guys get to tell me whatever you want to do the rest of the evening, whether
well,
that be
we went
nothing
down-
or something.
How late evening is it?
Well, my last
It's
note
after dark.
is okay. So my last note I have is that we go down to the hall for dinner.
Oh, they're playing.
So, and then he mentioned something about Bart.
I did. Something would have had to have brought it up.
But I think we were going through the hell was Bart.
I wouldn't have brought it up by itself. Well, somebody said something to bring it up. Somebody said something about Bart. Was this? Oh, you were talking about information you found out about your family or something, and somehow Bart was named somewhere. He's your father, I think.
I don't remember his name.
Thought that's where that came in. He was your father. Pretty sure.
Yeah, it is. Fuck.
Oh, you don't even remember your father's name? I do.
I do. So you sound like you knew him.
It's a very Bart thing to, leave his kid out somewhere.
It could be worse.
To have kids. Not that that's what Brad does. I don't even know if Brad even have a kid? I don't know.
No.
Okay. Just a new hoe or something? Or something.
Okay, so
What up?
Oh, that's wrong again. So your other new guys ain't shown up yet, huh?
one of them said they needed new tires. They didn't want a chance driving from St. Louis.
St. Louis.
And then two others decided they were going to disappear into the ether.
So you hadn't heard from them?
No.
Is that what that means? Decided they were going to. Means I
Ghosted.
heard from them.
I think ghosted is the term. The
It
kids
is
use.
the term. Way to stay with the times, Tom.
But the only thing I can say is, if you know anyone that's interested, feel free to put the word out.
I don't know anybody that's you can count on being there all the time. That's the problem. Most people I know don't have the commitment. So we don't want people to show up, every third game. Or, I always got, I got tickets to something else tonight. You also got tickets to this.
All right.
Bob, as far as you said it's late, so we
You
already
better
had.
have one of those.
No, I don't.
Oh,
So
that's
that's
the
why I
bar.
stole it first. My daughter worked hard to get that
I know.
candy.
Trunk or treat?
Trunk or treat, yeah.
She had to work hard in her little ladybug costume.
All right, so you guys go.
So we go to the dining hall.
The main hall. And they put up all the tables and the you basically can sit wherever you want, just so long as it's not at the head table. And food is brought out, and
What are we eating?
Haggis on a stick. Stick's the best part.
roast pig,
Whoa.
potatoes, baked bread,
It's a nice meal.
all kinds of things.
It's a nice meal.
Late in the season, fruits.
We have fruit. This is a fancy occasion. Only the rich can afford fruit.
And unless you guys do anything weird, dinner is served and then dinner is concluded.
Nothing
I'll tell you why it's late. Because I think she might get a kick out of this. My nephew and I and his daughter, they're the ones getting divorced.
How's the new dog going?
We're learning each other. The dog's great. It's just,
How's Cinder with him?
well, they're fine.
Oh.
So he's watching two dogs for a couple.
Vroom, vroom, motherfucker.
A couple of friends of his that are a couple that are down in Florida. And so there's one dog while I'm over there, because we're going out to eat. Baby's dressed, we're ready to go. She's 2-year-old, just turned 2. Same day of my birthday. One of the dogs pissed right in the middle of the floor. Big old piss, right? Oh man, he's running across it. Whoop! Hair all right in it. And then,
Aw.
now babies don't get up, from the seated position. They roll over and get up.
Oh God.
She got back.
Yeah. Full sink bath, the whole works, hair, everything, because her hair was just dripping piss. Oh my God.
Hello, kids.
We're about to walk outdoors. So that was like another 45 minutes. Like, fuck. So, anyway.
Yeah. Well, that sounds about right. Gotta love them.
Great. Okay, so I guess
Unless
you guys.
we hear anything at dinner, anything being said about anything that might be of interest.
Any
Anything?
little rumors going around?
Oh, roll your levels. Let's see if you hear anything out of the random monkey action.
What are your level? What am I D6?
Right? No.
A 4.
I got 17.
No. Round up. A 5.
You overhear that a couple of the guards are very upset that someone was trying to convince them that there was a dragon in the area, and they are like motherfucking whoever it was that told them this. The same way that.
How like no way, no, you know,
Yeah.
you're drunk.
So that is what you heard. Everything else is, I can't believe that I have to be here today whenever my godson is being whatever.
Euthanized.
No,
I've got a lot of work to do back at the farm. I don't see what the big deal is. That sort of talk. So dinner is had and it is concluded, and you are politely asked to leave the hall, and everyone rises, and Eric and the Irishman, a couple of his followers, all sweep out, and then that's it.
Okay.
And then here come the servants to start cleaning up.
Oh, I go and we asked to leave. I'm not gonna like hang out and.
Unless you want to fight with the dogs for the table scraps.
No.
No, I go to her room and we talk. Whatever until it's time to go to bed.
Then you go to her room and you talk.
So, now what?
No, what?
What did we come up here for in the first place? That's right.
We were summoned up here.
Oh, that's right.
Because
Oh, that's right.
the guy in the dragon want to talk to you.
You told me to quit pushing for wanting to change something.
Yes. Yeah, you're not. No. Yeah, you're trying to get in there and get his
Yeah, no. Yeah, maybe.
Durant out of the tower.
Mhm.
Like you should.
I think how much better off the land would be if he was free.
Well, you could also avoid a contract that both gods have with the new gods. Just,
Where the fuck's my contract?
you don't have one. You're not a god.
Well, I was just accused of being one by one of their gods or whatever.
Well, you going there would void that contract.
I can't go there.
Body.
I can't go there because I'm considered a god.
Well, we can't go there anyway, so it's fine.
That's why I need to hire a team of people to go get me out.
When we do that, the gods are going to move their fighting to here instead of wherever else they're fighting at.
Things will get exciting. It's been a while since I've been face to face with a god. I've met gods, by the way.
I've been face to face with
Know who my favorite
some
god
gods.
is? Know who my favorite god is?
Who?
Poseidon.
Yeah?
I carried his trident for a while.
Some of the gods that I've met tried to
Months.
kill me. Although one did bring me back, which I'm still kind of confused on why he would bring me back from death.
Why did he kill you?
He didn't, the snake did. Actually, Moji did. Moji opened a bag, had a snake in it, snake bit me, super poisonous. Yeah. But that's... It's fine. Just don't open up bags anymore. They could have snakes in them. But somebody else opened them up for me. But my run-in with gods have never been good. So I'd like to not piss any of them off.
I mean, there's lots of things you do not piss off the guy.
Well, it seemed pretty clear that if we went there and started messing with stuff, that we would piss off a
I
guy.
can't go there.
Ooh. Cobb.
Huh?
I see you're getting excited there.
Doing that?
Yeah.
That's actually when you're not excited.
Yeah, that's the one I'm because you heard
When you want to be excited, you do this.
Yeah.
And then when you're done, it's like,
Yeah.
Robo penis activated.
Troy. Plus it vibrates.
That's fucked up.
Gotta love Archer.
You people. Yeah.
You really invite us to your house.
Yeah.
Don't remind me. You bunch of game nerds.
Oh.
You're the one that runs us all. That means you're the king of the game nerds.
He's never denied it.
Exactly. But I know you can't even go there, so how would you get your body off of there?
I don't know.
Let me know when you come up to something.
Yeah, I think
That's what I was trying to work out some kind of deal with
I
him.
think I got it.
Okay.
Where do you go first?
Huh?
Did it give you away that he could never get in contact with you again?
No.
Class?
I can talk to him a little. Well,
Ranger.
I don't know.
Okay.
I probably can't because he's over there.
Ranger.
Over where?
They're laying.
Stats.
Stats.
Already?
Strength.
But whenever they get there, my point is I
16.
can't talk to them because there's a thing that blocks it.
Dex. 16.
It's like that Clorn stone here.
Constitution. 16. Wisdom. 14. Intelligence. 13. Charisma.
The crown was draining me when I was in there.
Specifically, I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
knew
do
that. You
Mountain
didn't look
Man,
very good when I got in there.
which is a.
Is it worse than the core stone or
Kit.
Yes,
No.
a kit.
about the same?
I would assume it is the same thing.
Because when I saw one,
I don't like being without power unless it's under my own term.
Now I have a good way of getting. I'm going to follow.
That means he wiped out third
You
too.
can hold off on that one. Let me tell me that.
Who I felt too?
Third
Why
would be
not?
without power too at that point. It's not a choose who gets whatever. It takes everything.
You are.
Maybe you should talk to
Okay, I'm
Kirk about
good.
all this and see what he thinks. He usually has a bit more insight on everything.
What's a good idea?
I have those every once in a while. Not that I thought
I don't think he's really doing anything else today based on that meeting.
Probably not. We probably should ask him tomorrow after the sermon or whatever he does every morning.
Well, I'll see if I can make an appointment with him. Let him decide when he wants to see me.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Either
Gold again.
Cobb.
Before.
It depends on your class. I don't have it
I'm pretty
memorized.
sure it's.
Are there any guards outside our door at all? Not anymore. I'm gonna go look for the Chamberlain.
Warrior is 5d4.
Okay. Okay, so when you try to get into the castle, they stop you.
Where the hell am I? I'm in a room in the castle.
No, I remember what
I don't. Before I said.
we're in like a new addition to the grounds that are like outside the castle.
So
Okay.
with me,
It was like the castle, and then we're like
I get-
behind back.
it says like I get special
I
bonus,
vaguely
stuff,
remember that.
but there's also a gold limit.
Okay.
Like
So I go up to the castle door and what? I mean, so when I try, what?
Guard stops you.
Hi, I'm trying to get to the Chamberlain. I need to make an appointment to see Garrett. I'm Durant. You should know who I am by now.
You're Artie.
Unless it's an emergency, it'll have to wait till morning.
I guess it's not technically an emergency, so I can wait.
Very good.
Thank you. Let her on leave. We ever decide how many points I had?
I'm not sure what you're asking. I know how much you have in total to start with, and then
I know, but
you're supposed
wasn't
to
it
keep-
earlier today that I lost the when I had the meeting? Was that today or yesterday? I don't remember. when I met with the guy who trained me my ass completely. That's what I'm asking. Was that today or yesterday?
That was yesterday.
Okay, then I'm fine.
I mean, that was today.
Then I'm not. That's why I said, did we ever decide how many I have? I haven't done anything.
Well, the only thing that was said was I asked you how many points you wanted to use in helping the poor and the sick, and you said all of them.
Thought that was that today still?
Yes.
Okay. No, I hardly have any.
So you would have
I
some
hardly
just from the time,
I have hardly any.
and you know, even sitting and eating, you'll get back a few.
I understand. Okay, I'm not gonna cause any problems. I'm just gonna go back to our room. Actually,
So you go
give me
back
the ballpark. How many do you think I have?
Should you go back to my room?
Yeah.
Well, I was supposed to remind you to call people.
Call people.
I just you told me to remind you to mentally call people.
Well, I am. That's what actually I'm getting ready to do
Well,
right now.
I remember to remind you.
Thank you. I'm sure this wasn't one of the people, but I don't know how much I have.
Just make another sign.
I will slaughter you outright.
You have,
Oh wait, I can't. I have one of my others do that.
you have 6.
He can do a whole lot of nothing.
I can do all kinds of shit. I just can't do what I want to.
Oh. I thought 6 was really
Wait.
low comparatively.
I can do shit for just like 2. I can do all kinds of shit.
Oh, okay.
I'm
But
very, I'm very old and experienced.
well, yeah.
Oh my God. Do whatever the fuck I
Don't
want.
talk to him. He's not even there.
Quit talking to me. He started it. Why is he
All
here?
right, children.
Why is he here?
Because you can't find anyone else dependable, and apparently I can.
Dun, dun, dun.
Him dependable?
He's
See,
here.
That's why he was fired for being not
Well,
dependable.
he didn't work for me.
No, he's here for
you.
free, which makes him more liable to be undependable.
The only thing I can say is carry on.
Carry on.
I just go back to your room. I'm like, I don't have enough to really talk to people today. I'm just going to have to get a good night's sleep. And unless there's anything else you want to discuss, I think I'm going to start like now. I literally can't do anything else unless you want to discuss anything.
No, I'm okay.
I don't know what else to discuss at this point. Thank you.
More for me to figure out what you want.
Engineering plan.
Yeah, trunk and treat and shit. You gotta just go from place to place to place. Just get tons of candy.
Yeah, that's like a third of, not even, the candy that she got. And she can only get like the suckers.
Oh, darn.
Darn. I get everything else. She tried pumpkin pie though the other day. She really liked it and she liked to squeeze the pie in her hair. She had a bath.
That's my Olivia.
Okay.
Oh, that's for Culver's free ice cream scoop.
Cool. 3 bonus things.
Yes, it looks on there. So what else?
Okay.
Oh.
Gloria had like a Culver's.
Oh, I have not done all mine.
She got
I'm
some.
sorry.
What else?
Culver's.
Okay, so I want to talk to you about the whole money thing because there's a special workday kit that I have.
Culver's.
Limited money. Other than his weapons
Yep,
and clothing, a
Culver's.
mountain man may only own a single item worth 15 gold pieces or more. Total value of all his other possessions, including money and treasure, cannot exceed 100.
Yeah.
Excess treasure and possessions are given away.
Well, how the hell could you have only one item with 15 gold pieces? But
A single item cannot be worth more than 15.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, I guess
So you can't, besides weapons and clothing.
besides weapons and clothing?
Yes.
Say
So-
that? Does it say that? Specifically besides weapons?
It says other than his weapons and clothing.
No, does that include armor?
Yeah. So armor can be whatever. Although he prefer mountain men.
Clothing and armor are 2 different things.
Will you stop, Sean?
No.
What throw things at you.
You can throw candy.
Into his gaping maw.
Oh, that big suck.
Damn, if I saw that in the brothel, I'm running. Holy shit, I'm gonna drop a deuce right in there.
Oh, an eyeball.
I don't even know what it is.
It's an eyeball.
It's a
Probably
turn.
hard candy.
It's a hard candy, yeah. Got to suck it on a while.
I would kid. I didn't need to throw anything. I was just saying. You're gonna toast on it, so right?
Okay, so I can still roll the initial amount. Any leftover I have to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And also, I start out with bonus stuff, with bonus weapons.
Yeah.
You have to tell us when it's morning, since we're sleeping.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna look at my
Unless she's
proficiencies
gonna
more.
sneak out there.
Roll a. Are you sneaking out so that you can get caught and fuck up this adventure? You guys know every time you try to do something, you get caught.
You don't know
I
me.
said you guys.
You don't know me. You don't know
That
my
includes him.
struggles.
He was gonna try something just then, and it would have fucked something up. I guarantee.
I would.
No.
I'll tell you what I was gonna do.
I don't want to know what you were gonna do.
I was gonna tell Gerd, hey, I want to see you. You got time tonight, if not in the morning. That's all I was gonna do.
No, I'm not doing it.
That was my intent.
Okay, so we shall go to the next day.
After Star 12, Pre-C 22. We're just making up words so they sound like calendars.
You know, he told us at one point, and I wrote it down.
You know, he looked it up at one point, but never got around to actually telling us.
Did he?
No, he didn't. Because I was waiting to write it down. He even said, you guys gonna keep track of this? Now I'm tired of looking it up, because apparently he doesn't know what day it is either.
Yeah,
And he never got,
he
never got
told
back to
us.
us with the day.
Look at that. Yes.
It's ready read 10.
Write that down. So it's next morning?
Yep.
What's the weather like?
You guys love that weather.
I
I gotta hand it to you.
I don't care about
I know.
that.
I know it's wet, cold.
Although it'd be nice if it was sunny for a change.
I don't mind.
I like to know the weather.
My dad used to tape the Weather Channel.
Tape it?
Yep.
Why?
He just really wanted the accurate weather forecast for, I don't know. I left. Sometimes I can't handle things and I just leave.
Seems like a good coping mechanism, I guess.
And that was one of them. All right, so we go to the late fall weather tables of Ready Read. So roll a d12, weather girl.
5.
It's partly cloudy.
3.
It's cold, and roll a second roll on a d12.
9.
And roll another d12.
7.
No precipitation.
So it's just cold.
Cold and partly cloudy.
That means it's partly sunny?
No.
I would think so. I'm not sure if there's actually a difference
Oh,
between
we got
partly
it.
sunny and partly cloudy.
How many hours did we sleep?
I
I
got
mean,
2.
how long was the night from when I went to bed early?
Hey, you know what they say.
So,
I know.
I don't know, whenever
I
dinner was
got
over.
bad.
The
When, can you give me an idea when dinner was over?
You know what they say.
Okay.
I'm cool.
6 o'clock, 7 o'clock?
sure.
This one, I think. Oh, no,
So
that's
after going back, talking,
Yeah, I don't like these ones either.
going back, trying to get into the castle,
That's a
going
fun
back,
one.
figure 8 o'clock. So she's got to do her. No, wait, that's from her.
You want to know how many points you got back?
I can calculate. I just need to know what time it is in the morning. Then, for all points and purposes, I need a 9 o'clock. What did you say? 9 o'clock.
7.
I then when I wake up, I rejuvenate for 2 more
We
hours.
are.
So it's 9 o'clock. Is that okay?
Sure. You're in control of your character. Unless a die roll comes up and ruins it, but let's hope that doesn't happen.
Continue, Queen Queen. in your world, is there a difference between a hand axe and a throwing axe?
I don't think so.
No?
I think
Because
it's-
under equipment, there's a slash with them.
well, I think what that means is, I will tell you.
It says hand or throwing axe.
Right. It's the same weapon.
Okay.
And the reason there's a slash probably is because so you throwing, so you know to look over here at the rate of fire and the ranges and all that. The damage is the same whether used melee or thrown.
Okay. Well, then here's also this. In the crude weaponsmithing, it says that they are two differences as well. In the kit that I'm under,
Yeah.
see how there's a section for each? It's table 47 in the Rangers.
Hand axe, throwing axe, construction 1 day, 6 days.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is.
Are we going to treat them as the same? This is for weapon proficiency reasons.
Just go by what it says in the book.
Okay. So they're treated pretty much as the same. Cool.
Let's put it this way. If you take 1 day to make an axe, it's going to be a hand axe. And if you throw it, you're going to have a -4 to hit with it.
Okay. Thank you.
Because that means it's not
I understand.
balanced.
Okay. That sounds okay.
Seasoning the wood takes 1 year.
That's only for the longbow. But because of the wording, you could technically start out with 1.
Okay, anything for you, Aluna? And once the rooster crows at dawn and wakes everyone up.
I don't, by the way, I don't rejuvenate for 2 more hours. I'm way past full at 7 in the morning.
I'm just gonna get up and get ready for the day and then wait to be summoned for food or sermon or whatever Gerd does in the morning.
Okay. Great.
I'll wait till 8 and then go knock on her door if she's up.
As soon as you knock on to the door.
What?
When you knock on to the door. Get up and open
Hey,
the
Ron.
door. What is this Avon you speak of?
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Artie, and I'm selling Avon. Avon is the new mud and mask makeup that we can put on to make you look poor and decent. Would you like to try some?
No, I'm good. You're a weird one, Artie.
That'd be me.
So did we just wait here for Gur, or did you manage to procure a...
I haven't talked to anybody yet. Why don't we just go on over to the castle and see if they'll let us in?
Works for me.
The sounds of the castle work is what you're greeted with when you step outside the door. Your breath is seen as the cold from the outside contrasts the warmth from the room that you were just in under the blankets. The mules pulling wagons of grain and the merchants coming in attempting to get paid for their food and grain that they sell. The barking of the orders from the chief of the watch. And you guys go
Probably
where?
non-weapon proficiency.
I'm thinking so, but I'm just
To the main entrance to get in.
Okay.
I don't know how that corresponds to the new edition. There's an easier way in this when we go to
So you go this way to come in the front. And as you leave those rooms, you are treated to what appear to be very like there's a cleaning, two cleaning guys that are cleaning this colored. It looks like they put like crystals in the walls of the chapel from the outside. Something very unusual. You're not really sure what that is. And then you walk around and you go in the front and you walk through that area until you go to the front door. And then you see the guards there, and I assume you say,
we enter?
See, what's your business?
I'm Artie. I'm here to see Kirk this morning.
All right. So they dispatch a kid. You've seen this. Well, some of you guys, you people have not seen this kid before, but this kid has been
What was the kid's
in
name?
the gang before.
I forgot his name.
Jimmy.
Jimmy, that's right.
And a short time later, Jimmy comes back and he says, "Yeah, follow me." And the guards step aside, and do you guys follow him?
Mhm.
Okay, and you're taken to just inside there, and Gerg meets you very close to the chapel doors with his scribe and his seneschal.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
At some point today, I would like to speak with you in private, or Aluna and I would like to speak with you in private regarding our meeting yesterday.
Well, unless you want to wait around until after the mass, you best follow me upstairs now.
Good for me. We
Yeah.
have nothing to do, so I follow him.
So you go up to the second level and you go to the library. And there's nobody in the library. And he says, "Okay, what's on your mind?"
Just out of curiosity, Con, when you say library, how many books are in the library?
5.
Yeah, not a lot. He put quite a few bookshelves in here, but that's more than he could afford.
5 books.
That's a lot. So is it just the three of us at that point?
And the seneschal and the scribe.
I asked to be private.
Well,
The nature of what
my seneschal knows everything.
he wasn't. Remind me, was he present during our meeting with the?
Yes,
Okay,
and the scribe was as well.
okay. Then in that case, that's fine.
Okay.
I mean, I take it we can sit down. There's a place to sit down. Okay. I've been debating what he had said. And
What who has said?
the Boy King, whatever you want to call him.
Okay.
I was wondering if you had any insight on this. Any suggestions? Any thoughts of where one in this situation might go from here on this? I want to do more than I'm able, I think, or that I should, or that I can. And I'm just not sure the right direction to go here. I seek your guidance, seeing as you're one of the major powers in this whole.
My suggestion would be
He brought me into this for a reason. I'm not
Well,
clear. I'm not clear.
he brought you in to see if you could answer any of his questions. He did not confide in me if you answered the questions up to what he had wanted, but he did not leave here, at least not to my knowledge, dissatisfied. So as far as I can see, I would return to Greyhawk and resume your business. That would be my suggestion, unless your business is not to your liking, in which case find something else to do.
Do you require anything else here while we're here?
No, you've done more than enough. I mean, there's several people that are leaving today because of you. So my thanks, and you will always have a space here. There's not much else I can give you.
I understand. Just your confidence and trust, as you always have, is all I require from you. I mean, you have nothing to fear from me.
I wouldn't think so.
Or, distrust of me. I've told you everything. My aura should be
You haven't
bright and light.
Let's put it this way. I think it would be a surprise if you did something out of character.
It's just not the way of this avatar.
And
I'm not currently like-minded with Durant.
that is a good thing.
This body would agree with you.
If you have any separate emotions, feelings, intelligence from Durant, or should I say Durango,
All of them.
you
Gerardi.
would not get along with him. I know that in the past you have said you have the memories.
I have every memory of Durant
But
and everything that happened prior to
I cannot
turning into.
I cannot see you two being in the same room for very long.
I have every memory of every avatar that I've created.
Just my opinion.
I don't know. That you could be correct. I don't think I see it that way, but that's coming from a biased position.
You might remember things like you want them to be versus how they really were.
I could be.
You would not be alone in that. I see a lot of rich people that have come here hoping for something more than I could deliver, and they left angry with me because of it.
Well, like for instance, not that I agree with some of the stuff that Durant or Durango or Gerardi did, but I don't think what they did was as bad as what apparently it is. For instance. Well, I'll tell you what. I will give you the option to choose. I can stay here one more day, in which I will use every bit of my power to heal and serve those that need to be served outside the walls. And then return home in the morning with whatever carriage you'll allow us to go home in. Go home the following day. Or, if you wish, we can leave now.
Well, the choice is obvious. Help the people.
Okay. Then I will.
What about you?
I'm sure I could find things to keep myself occupied.
She's my assistant.
Yeah.
She'll return when I do, or
Don't give me that look, girl.
I'm going to give you that look.
I keep her in
I
mind.
promise I won't take
And then I'll give
anything.
you the look because
I keep her in mind.
you can't control her.
I always know where she is. It's hard for anybody.
That's creepy.
I did throw a
Hard for
body at
anybody.
you and it did scare you.
It is difficult for anybody to hide from me at this point. But
It did scare you. You were surprised.
I was sleeping, and you show up in my place with a dead corpse for some reason.
Okay, you need to take this conversation outside. The less I know, the better.
I can assure you, it was a found corpse. It wasn't one she produced
Doesn't matter
herself.
what corpse. Once the word corpse and sleeping are introduced into a conversation,
Oh, Gerg, you need to live a little. It was
I live
fine.
exactly how I want to. Thank you.
Totally different than the old days, though. Remember?
Yeah, the old days sucked.
I don't know. Adventuring was fun.
I'll take
Almost dying.
what we have.
Every
here.
other M was kind of interesting.
No,
You don't think so?
I'll take what I have here.
Well, things are awfully laid back, that's for sure. You don't look nearly as old as you sound, though.
Well, that's good.
Okay, I will go out and see. Are there any that you know of that are in greater need? Stuff that perhaps you are unable to help them with?
Let's see.
For instance, do you have anyone that you know of that has lost a limb? Something along that line that I can restore limbs and whatnot.
He says, no one comes to mind, but there
You
are...
may have cauterized it and healed it at its nub, but I can bring it back for them.
I do not know. Nothing comes to mind.
If it does, I'll be around. Let me know.
All right.
I guess we will, after breakfast, we will walk the land in the name of the Oracle. And since I am not, I don't use a god for where my power comes from. I do this in the name of you when I'm out there. So there's less questions. So we'll go out there and
Sounds like a fun time.
I'm sure you'll hate every minute of it.
Probably, but it's okay.
All right. So we leave him. We go get something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
On the way to getting something to eat, I'll tell you, they often offer stuff when I'm done. And I usually don't take it while I'm here. But if you wanted to collect it for whatever reason, it doesn't bother me.
Okay. I'll collect it on your behalf.
That's fine. I don't, I do this as a favor for the Oracle. As a favor to the Oracle. That's not
From
something
what I've heard about your
I
other
do
avatars,
this for
you
the
do
good
this,
of their Oracle.
you do this
in his
because
name.
I have a feeling that your other avatars, you have a lot of making up to the world. From what
I
I've heard about them.
don't see it that way, although you're not the first person to say it.
Mm.
I don't see it as I'm making up to them.
I am
my own
But you
mechanical
still feel linked to what they've done.
I remember what they've done.
Yeah, and from what I've gathered, it wasn't exactly the best of things. And for me to say that,
well,
I never really
I can make a good
Okay, I
point
have
for why they've done what
killed
they
people,
did.
but I can make a good point on the reasons why I've done things.
That's my point. I can
Just
give
because you can
I
make
give
a
you a
good
good
point
reason for it.
Doesn't mean it's the
It doesn't-
right
yeah.
thing to do.
The army was storming the castle. They would have killed us if they got in there. So I put it into the army. That's a bad thing. In my opinion, that was a good thing. Apparently not to everybody, though. So.
Well, in any type of fight or war, there's two sides. So all those men and women that you destroyed, their families are now without them.
This war.
That's what.
They took up arms.
Still, from what it
What
sounds
am I-
like, you have a lot
What am I
of.
to do? If I was
I didn't say what you did was wrong, but there's definitely two sides to every scenario.
if I was just a sword wielder, I would use my sword to defend myself. And one-on-one, one at a time. But I had the ability to do
If you were
more.
able to do this,
To be honest with you, I didn't know I could do it at the time.
tower.
I didn't know I could do it. This was after the tower.
But why was your original? Why are you locked in a tower?
Why am I not locked in the tower? Why aren't I?
No. Why are you avoiding?
Why
questions?
shouldn't I be locked
What
in?
did he do that
I
caused
want to
him
leave.
to be locked into a tower?
Dungeon Master wants to leave.
You know the story?
No, I don't. That's why I need you to enlighten me. What would be done that was so terrible that you are now locked into a tower? There is a contract where you cannot come back or move his
Both of
body.
you roll
That's
30s.
locked in a tower.
Both of you roll 30s.
You remember that conditioning I gave you? 21.
What'd you get?
18.
Okay, wonderful. You guys are all by yourself somewhere. Tell me where you are.
Oh, we were on our way to get something to eat for breakfast.
So you're.
So,
and
I
the-
don't know.
okay, well you're there now.
Okay. So we're sitting in the back by ourselves at the table, like before it gets crowded, I guess, so that we can
And I'm-
talk.
Asking him why he was locked in a tower.
Let me think about it. I had to do it to save other people at the time.
Okay, you giving me the reasons why you did what you did, but what did you do?
It was like a trade-off. I had some of the stuff I had to do to save the other people that were with us at the time.
And what did you have to do?
I traded off the tower needed a vessel, and at the time, our group needed the power of the tower. So at the time, it seemed like a good match. Not fully knowing my little companion and the little egg sac that's stuck to my mind in there right now. The what do you call them? The squid heads, the mind flayers. It's a baby mind flayer, although highly intelligent for a baby. I'm not sure how that works. But anyway, I've had many conversations with him over the years. It turns out it was a bad choice, but at the time I didn't know that. There are some that claim I did know that or should have known that, but I didn't always make the correct choice when I was much younger then. Much younger. I didn't always make the correct choice. But I've saved a lot of people a lot of the time. I mean, there's a lot of things I did to save people's lives back then. I mean, people that have made differences to these lands, major people, like Gerg is one of them. Your father is one of them. Many people. Ian, not Ian. Eowyn. That's it. Eowyn, another great elf. Brother Theo. I mean, there's so many of them. All heroes in their own rights that I've traveled with. This was a major part of a major war. We were losing horribly. Horribly. Like, a couple of us were already taken out. And the tide was not going well. We had people in hiding that were near death. I did what I did to save the majority, and I sacrificed myself in a way by doing it this way. I mean, I didn't know I was going to be trapped in there for the rest of my life, but that's what it ended up being. Luckily, I have the ability to project myself outside. And that's where, well, this is number 3, but yeah. Now, number 2, destroyed the army as it approached the tower. At that point, I was protecting the tower. Me in it and all our team were in there. They were coming to destroy us and the tower and everything else. I'll be honest with you. I had a little thing in my ear telling me what to do.
You all are given wine and bread.
That's worse.
The mind flayer?
Yeah. When he's in your brain, he's more persuasive. To make life easier, to end what was happening, to protect us. The ultimate protection was to just let go and let it happen. To give the word, to allow the tower to amplify my powers and put a stop to what was happening. That's exactly what it did. These cursed, evil-looking things came out of the bowels of the tower and literally destroyed the army. And I unleashed that. The tower amplifies my powers.
But by unleashing, did they go back? Or are they still there?
The towers, they're still there. I mean, they're just, to be honest with you, I'm not sure they can be killed. It's a power. So
also by listening to them, you doomed yourself to be stuck into that tower.
I can't leave.
So when did this contract come up that you can now?
No.
After you decided to just waste an entire army?
They had more. Well, that avatar suffered. The giver of gifts was there. He survived the attack.
Who's the giver of gifts?
Well, the giver of gifts is called Thunderguard. He wears a mask. He's one of those masked ones. There are several of those beings in this world. He was the giver of gifts. He did not fight back, therefore he was not accosted by the tower's powers. By my amplified powers, by my tower amplified powers.
Okay.
So he just very casually after everything was done walked up. The giver of gifts is kind of it's weird saying the giver of gifts. I mean, he can provide you basically with your death. So that's pretty much what he did to.
You can't specialize.
That's what he did to my. That's what he did to my first avatar. He killed the first avatar for unleashing these hordes on the army that was approaching to kill us.
Okay. You're the third avatar?
But you can.
Okay, so first it was.
It takes a year for my avatars to become.
Okay, so Durant is the original.
Yeah, that's not an avatar.
That's who you are. And then it's Durango.
Can I look at that?
Durango.
And then he's the one who released.
Artie.
On his.
And then
Artie ever have any extra cash?
So Durango's the one who released.
actually, my name's Artie Von God.
Yeah.
But
I use
I go by Artie because it's simpler.
So Durango released.
Yeah, I probably will.
By the way, Artie Von God means medical.
I mean, you can print yourself a PDF, but that's a lot of cash.
But then what was.
personal medicine.
Cheaper.
It
Then
might,
you said
plus
then
it's
there
better
was
to have it
Artie?
bound.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
I don't remember.
How did they come everybody else, but you don't remember you? That
Choose
one.
not to.
So
Was
just
it that
look in
horrible?
The index
Died.
table of contents for it.
I died twice
Well,
ish.
some deaths aren't worthy of remembrance. He made poor choices also. More so than I would say any of my others.
Is that why you chose the healer this time? Do you choose what you want?
I do, to a degree.
So don't you get 2 free?
So
It's-
is that why you're a healer this time after the chaos?
I
you
chose
caused
to go a
last
completely
time?
different direction.
2 weapons in which she has a weapon. Yes.
And this is that direction. In the beginning, I'll tell you, I didn't think it was going quite as well as I wanted it to go. I made some changes. But then it got better as time went on. I miss the other abilities I used to have. I could destroy things with thought, blow things up, travel vast distances in the blink of an eye. I miss those abilities.
You know what 2 weapons
But
you
those
want?
forms couldn't heal either.
The
Healing myself
The bow.
absolutely takes nothing,
and
but
the,
healing others, I don't know. It's just something I wanted to do something different. It's different. But I'm not doing this because of my other. Like I said, I can give you a reason why mostly why all my other choices were made.
No.
I mean,
yeah, go ahead and balance.
it's not like
Well, I can give you a reason.
it's
why
not
I
like it was a
my
rainy day,
choices.
so I decided to kill 1,500 people. I mean, every one of them would have killed me had they been presented in front of me with a sword, even though I had no sword.
I get it. I understand. You don't have to explain to me for doing the actions that you've done.
But there's those that say, "Oh, he's blah 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 because he did this and blah blah blah," and because I'm capable of doing these types of things, and they named me as a god, so I can't enter those lands because the gods cannot walk over that land, and because of that, that's why apparently they consider me a god. I mean, they wouldn't be the first. I've traveled with many that have thought to me, I've been called a godling by many people.
I won't call you a godling.
I never use those terms. These are things I've been called. I mean, I guess to a degree, powers can be so strong, and like I don't have to study to get, like Gerg has to pray for his gods to shine upon him to feed him or funnel him the powers he has. Then there's like your father. I don't know how big of a mage he is. He's a very powerful mage.
You have a name?
I know nothing
Right.
about him.
He is a very powerful
there it
mage.
is. Okay.
Very powerful. He's one of the oldest mages I know that's not evil. And he is very powerful.
We're gonna.
That's good that he's not evil.
But
I'm gonna make.
he must
You-
study his spells every day, or he isn't able to cast anything. He has to study and learn that. All I have to do is think about what I want to happen, and it happens. But it has to be in.
Okay.
So
Mages have
two weapons.
I don't know exactly what you call it. I opened a mage school to try and teach mage. Being a friend of mine who was a mage. I opened school back in my homeland to bring people there mundanes. That's what we call you guys, ordinary humans. To try and teach them magic if they were able to grasp it. Test them and then teach them. And we didn't get it off the ground.
I had a mage friend.
That's that tower that's come up in the past. You guys have been taking that tower of knowledge.
He's always talking about
That's my fucking school. I don't know why all that bullshit's in place.
I didn't say that.
I don't know. That's not under my control right now. I'm not sure what's going on there. But I can't travel, so I can't go home and fix that. I can't travel to it or there or see. I got to travel on horseback. That's as fast as I can move.
All right. Okay. So.
I will tell you that I am as learned as I can be in the arts that heal in my type of power. So
negative.
From this point on, as I gain additional knowledge, I
Well,
will
yeah, because you
take
already
the
got
abilities to
the one
travel.
for free.
So I will start being able to, and I'm not talking about any, probably, maybe not even the rest of your lifespan,
That's
but
a weapon profession.
I will start to gain the ability to transverse these lands in an instant. But it will take some time to learn. Or not. It's not really learning. It's
passive.
They're pathways in the brain.
Yeah, let's do that.
And
So
the more experienced I get, the more I can open different pathways. But I can't open them all at once. It's too powerful. I would go insane or be unconscious or die. I don't know what happened. We don't do that. So I chose to open certain passageways that led to what I am now. But I know those other passageways, so I know how to get to them. It's just a matter of being experienced enough to where my body can withstand the knowledge that is there to, so I don't explode trying to do shit, in other words. That makes sense to you? I'm trying to dumb it down as best I can.
Yes, I'm following along enough to piece it together. No, when people like you, are you guys like just born out of this world, or do you have parents, have a childhood? Or you just appear one day? Or have you guys always been here?
I have a lot of brothers. You keep running into them.
Well, that's what I've always wondered. It's like, are you all related? Do you just know of each other? And you guys like druids, where you just kind of hang out in the wilderness?
Oh, wait, not like druids. We don't do drugs.
As far as I know, I know druids have to have parents somewhere, but they never talk about them or usually say that.
My only animal friends are dolphins. Not only around here, but obviously.
Well, that's because we're pretty inland at this point.
I grew up with a bunch of dolphins. Maybe that's why I like the sea god the best. Maybe that's why he liked me. That's let me carry his trident.
Good to know you like dolphins.
Well, that's really the only thing. That and birds. But you got any other questions?
No, questions I've always had.
We exist.
Seems kind of lonely.
There's lots of them around. Everybody has a task. There's builders that just use their mind to make buildings appear and build buildings from nothing. That's how I enlisted their assistance to build a school. All that stuff's done with mine. It's, I guess you could call it different castes. There's different castes that do different types of things. Kind of like the dwarves. Like the dwarves have, those that build things, those that do weapons, those that do armor, those that, whatever. How they have different castes. It's similar to that. We have different castes. We don't have warriors.
That's on the list.
The warriors, the pure warriors, what I would consider Durango, they tend to
So
be loners or
I'm
go
not
off
saying
on their own or
my
do
proficiency
different stuff like
has
that.
percent to spiritual.
Right.
That's why you
So
see a lot
I
of
think it's about, like, once
me
a
around.
week. That makes sense.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's
But
just
then the path I took for this
Right.
avatar for
a
for me, there's not really a need for what I do at home. So I don't know. It's an experiment. Let's put it this way: it's an experiment that will last until my death. And then I'll try something else. I don't know what. I have no idea. I don't think I had. Maybe I should take that. I don't know.
It tends to help.
I remember the past and go with what's happening at the moment.
I can understand that. That's.
I can't tell you what tomorrow's going to bring, but I'll adjust it if possible.
I don't know. Have you seen Tam since the first day we were here?
Nope.
Neither have I.
He avoids me for some reason. He doesn't. I get the feeling he doesn't trust me,
He was
Or like
oddly
me.
pleasant to me.
and I don't understand why. Because I wish him no harm.
Well, I get why he avoids me. Well,
Maybe
more-
because I'm with you, he
I avoid
associates me
him.
with you that I'm not good. I don't know. I have gotten in his way trying to take you before. When he would come to just outright take you, I was trying to condition you before he took you. That which I've given you back.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, I tried to stand in his way about it. That you know how
He
he
probably
is.
didn't like that.
Well, he's hard-headed enough to where that was enough bullshit right there. You know.
Yeah, Tam gets angry easy, especially if you steal from him. People are so weird with their
You stole
possessions.
from him? You actually did that?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
actually, went to his office.
Yeah, I think I remember you telling me something about that once.
Yeah.
Did you think it was a lie?
When your hit points, you get maximum first level. So
I say we're
Oh,
doing
that's
times.
No, I actually did that.
Apparently it didn't go well.
No, there was a trap.
I
Set
seem
it
to remember
off.
you telling me about there was something in a wall.
Yeah, I never had to figure out what was in that wall. I really want to know. But I set it off and it screamed and
It screamed.
it made a lot of noise.
Yeah.
And then he came and then I went out the window.
Sounds about right. He must not be able to prove it because he never really. Did he officially ever arrest you? I don't remember. Some things I
No,
remember quite well.
he was
Some things
going to
I
put me
choose
to
not to
the
remember.
questioning. And he took me to his house.
That's right. They have some innate ability, apparently, to decipher when one tells the truth or when one lies. I don't know how they do that. I don't know if there's a Deep Catchers Guild item that is somehow is magical that gives them this insight, or if it's just something certain members of their guild can do, because it's really odd. It kind of borderline is kind of like what I do, but I mean on the very basis.
See, I went to his house.
I would love to know more. Maybe I should seek him out and ask him more and
He was
try to
really
understand
nice
how
to
the
me.
question works.
And then
I think I'll do that.
Coilo?
Remind me to do that later.
Who will?
Quail.
Coilo. Numbers man came and pulled me out of there.
Numbers, man.
Yeah, he's like, come with me and I will tell you stuff. And then, you
So
know,
ask me what the numbers man means.
what does number
I
man?
have no fucking idea. Hadn't happened yet for me. How do you like that when apples?
I don't know what the numbers man means either. Except that he likes puzzles.
My life is a puzzle.
And he really
As
wants
I'm
to,
learning.
and so he really wants to open up this crystal one.
Yeah, you figured it out yet?
Yes and no?
Have you opened it yet?
No.
Can I see it?
If you want, we'll have to go back to my room.
Okay. After we're done with lunch, let's go back to the room.
No lettuce.
What?
Did you say we were done with
After we're done with, I said lunch. After we're done with breakfast, we'll go back to your room.
They said after we're done with lettuce.
Yeah,
I
so
was
we're done with lettuce.
I'm
All right,
like,
let me read this to you because this is something I've been looking for
Here,
a
eat the other
while.
half of this.
Just as long as you don't fuck up anything I said,
It's
because
a
I'm
blue
No.
coloring.
I'm
It
not
doesn't.
only-
It doesn't.
I may be
Forty
intentionally
times.
saying things in a certain way.
Because I only ate
No,
half
this
of
is
it.
about breakfast.
It's
Okay,
pork.
breakfast. And by the way, I'm getting this from bugloadcookery.com.
Bugload 13.
In the Middle Ages, breakfasts were not the elaborate affairs,
Sour
Victorian times, nor even the necessary and important meal of today. Breakfast was, in fact, practically non-existent during the earlier medieval period,
It was like
on which
porridge.
this game is based, and
Well,
quite sparse by contemporary standards in the latter years.
Ooh.
To be able to have merely a sop in wine, bread or toast in wine, every day for one's morning repast is considered luxurious. Here is what Terence Scully, author of The Art of Cookery in the Middle Ages, and P.W. Hammond, author of Food and Feast in Medieval England, have to say about this subject. Most commonly, only 2 meals were eaten in a day. Normally, the first meal of the day was the major meal. This was dinner. It must originally have been prepared to fit into...
Wait a minute, you said 2 meals a day. The first meal of the day was dinner?
Let me finish. It must originally have been prepared to fit into late morning pause after the initial activities of one's daily routine. Because this meal required so much preparation, particularly in affluent households, it could not usually be available much before noon, the 6th hour of the day. By that time, half of the day's work or play could very well be done. To conclude one's active day, a second meal was more easily prepared and served some 6 or 8 hours later, at or just after dusk. Because the original basis for this meal was soup or sops, it became known as supper. This meal too was subject to elaboration at the hands of professional cooks, but universally it remained a somewhat simpler meal than the midday dinner. According to Platina, in the second half of the 15th century, at supper, we must eat food which our stomach can digest easily. However, we must eat rather sparingly, and especially those of melancholy humor, whose ills usually are increased by nighttime dampness and food weighing them down with discomfort. And then it goes on with more information, and I'm going to copy and paste this because breakfast food list: ale, anchovies, beef, beer, bread, cheese, herring, salmon, saltfish, sop and wine, trout, wine. And considering how far inland you guys are, the fish are not as common.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's so it had nothing to do with what you guys were saying. I just wanted you to know what breakfast was, which was good. In a place like this, obviously, and I understand what it means. Everybody's sleeping at night. To get breakfast going, you'd have to get up and stoke the fire and get the kettle and all that bullshit. So it's not like instant monkey we have today. Anyway.
I never figured breakfast would be a real elaborate meal. That's usually
Now on the road or whatever, obviously you can get you some jerky or bread just out of your pack because you don't have to cook it.
So we should probably stop saying, I'm going to go get breakfast.
So
We should probably just start doing whatever we do for today and have a big meal like about midday.
Well, it depends on how it's prepared. That's really what the point is, how it's prepared.
And
You
that,
said mostly there's just 2 meals a day, starting with the one around
well,
noon.
I mean, if we're on the road, it's gonna be we eat whenever. If we're like in a nice house or in a
Or
town,
tavern. Yeah.
and then it would be what you said. We get up, do our stuff for the day, and then halfway through the day.
All right.
That's easily adjustable.
Very good. Very good.
Give yourself 30 seconds for that.
Okay, so you guys end up going back to the room then?
Yeah.
Because you're going to inspect the
Yeah.
crystal
Yeah,
puzzle box.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
Okay,
So when we
So,
go back to the room,
let's see if anything weird happens. Come on, 1.
10.
No.
So close yet, so far.
We broke someone's arm off.
Yeah, we did.
Is it Bjorn again?
I don't know.
It sure looks like it. One rock. Did I break somebody's arm off?
Yep.
See an arm.
Oh, it was Rob.
Oh, shoot.
Well, luckily he's got the glue.
Well, Saturday's game is going to be interesting. Rock is not going to have an arm. One
Doesn't
arm.
matter which one.
Well, one's open.
Okay.
Wait.
No, that was what I was asking. I didn't know if one was open or not.
Well, it should be obvious. Here. See that red band? That's not open.
Oh, there you go.
I think.
Okay, so you go back to the room, and there you are.
And I'm gonna go in my backpack. That's kind of been shoved underneath the bed.
Okay.
I'm gonna rifle through it. I'll move the stuff to the side. I don't want to pull out this box and hand it to him.
You're grateful nothing's missing because that's just what you're used to. Do you have observation?
No.
No.
I didn't know that was a thing I could take.
Muglove has it.
I didn't know that was a thing I could take.
Well, there's a lot of stuff.
What if I ever get another non-weapon proficiency? Do I have one open?
What level are you?
8?
No, you get one at 9.
Okay.
Every 3 levels.
Did I take one at 5?
I'm assuming
6.
you did. Let's put it this way. What's your What is the bonus proficiencies on your intelligence?
None.
Okay, so you should start it off with 4, and then 1 at 3rd level would put you at 5.
One at
1 at
6
6th
I only have
level
5.
would put you at 6.
I only have 5.
Are any of them
2.
2? Yeah, well, that's not going to say that.
No, I only have 5.
So you might have one open.
Yeah.
Reading and writing, question mark?
No. I did that at 3.
Oh, she don't like to read and write. What are you, nuts?
I technically only have 4.
What are you, nuts?
Yeah, I only have 5.
The kit that I'm doing is barred
Don't
from.
talk about it. That's to be role played out because they're going to grill you to see if you're a spy.
That's true.
Well, next time the opportunity to look into that. And
I
maybe
will.
We will look into it together. Because maybe I might have done something. Oh, wait. No, there's a weapon proficiency. Never mind. Oh, no. Okay. Well, when I rifle through it, and once I find it, I hand him the
Did
box.
you hand it to him? Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't going to toss it.
Oh, that'd have been great.
Smash.
That'd have been great. All right, so do you remember how I described it?
You want to describe it again?
Looks like a gemstone. A giant gemstone.
You remember the size?
No.
I'm thinking it's very close to the size
Does
of
it look
that
like
Priest
this, but
Spells
larger?
Compendium. Is that just a rectangle?
It's a dwarvish die.
Yeah, that's pretty close, except for the ends are more round, or like it would have a flat,
Like it'd be cut like a gemstone for like a ring.
and it's not perfectly symmetrical. It's more wide than tall. It has more width than depth.
Okay.
Oh,
you broke another arm off.
That sucks.
Maybe we should just move the characters out of the ring.
Maybe you should stop rolling dice.
Looks like a big old honkin' 30.
I don't like when girls say anything is big old.
Do I feel anything?
Okay, stop.
Do I feel anything when this thing is touching me?
Oh, you feel all
Nope.
sorts of things.
Shut up, you. Nope.
What color is it?
It's crystal colored.
It is
Not clear because I can't see in it.
correct. It's oh, let's see. How do I? What is there a combination blue and pink? Because that's what I'm envisioning in my brain,
I'm sure.
and I'm also envisioning it. Being like that.
Hmm. Go.
Yes.
I'm gonna start doing equipment stuff.
Okay.
Want me
Did you roll for your money?
I'm going to. And that is 5.
Do there appear to be any lines on it or any like multiple? Like if you look at the lines of a crystal, especially if it's got colors or multiple colors, Are there like, is there an area where the where the lines, where there's an obvious like two pieces together, like like that might,
No.
you know what I mean?
It looks like that thing that. we
So it
talked
looks solid.
about. Yeah.
All the way across. And then,
Feels like and it's kind of weighty, so that it doesn't feel like out of what it should feel like. Like if you had a stone that was that size, you'd be like, yeah, that seems right. Like I kind of know this hat's gonna feel like it weighs this much as a hat.
Anything?
Jimmy's just studying it, like peering into it.
Huh?
What's a baldric?
I think it is a way that you can hang your weapon on the belt.
Yeah, it's something like that. What
Have you tried smashing it?
would be?
No,
required,
I thought I'd probably
hanging
break it.
spear, like
I would open it, wouldn't it?
You carry a spear.
Unless
carry one?
it was
Okay.
trapped where if you smash
So
it,
you
the thing
carry
inside
a
of it gets
spear.
destroyed.
You carry a spear. You
What do you
carry
do
a
inside? Key up the
two-handed
door?
sword.
I have no idea.
A belt for a sword or other piece of equipment worn over one shoulder and reaching. Now, there is a thing where I've seen a thing where they carry a spear, but it's like,
like tucked in, kind of.
it's I could have swore I looked this up, carrying things. I think I've actually got that on our website.
No.
Website.
I feel like
clean.
smashing it would just mess it up.
Could be.
Carrying stuff and weapons. Let's see.
Well, I mean, I can change its form. I can make it tiny. Whatever's inside, if there's something inside, wouldn't change
Maybe
with
not.
it. So it
Are you
would.
sure?
Shouldn't. If it's a separate item, it won't. It would have to be actually part of the crystal. If the crystal has multiple pieces, then only one of the pieces would expand, grow smaller, thus busting whatever mechanism there is and exposing the interior.
I mean, I got it kind of opening last night.
Well, how do you mean?
Well, apparently my father's linked with it. The more I thought about him, projected a picture of him in my
How to
mind.
carry a spear.
You remember what Bart looks like?
No, but I was just thinking about my father, and then the picture came about, and so I assumed it was him. And then
What did the
I
picture look like?
Like an elf.
So you pictured an elf in your mind.
But a character. God, tell me. I don't know what Bart looks like out of somebody would look like.
Okay.
So,
Shall I call him?
Bart?
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I know him. You can call him back. I've talked to Bart before. It's been a long time, but I assume he's still alive.
You know they live for a long time.
Use it like a walking
Meals are
staff.
killed.
Bart was careless a
They're
lot.
useful.
So,
This
although
one
he
has a
is,
pointy end.
Well, obviously,
he
had a
actually
child.
has survived a really long time.
When it comes to Candex, would you just basically cut those?
I've known him for a really long time. I've known of him.
Hold on.
Obviously,
Also,
he's careless.
so-
He had a child
yeah.
with a human and then left.
The spear ought to be carried over a shoulder or placed on a cart.
Always a lot of them.
Assuming he hasn't been killed
People
by
have occasionally
something.
covered the blunt end,
I wouldn't know that, but I would know if he's not
Which-
alive.
prevents the wood from splintering.
You got any questions you want to ask him?
None that would really help me now. I mean, when I was younger and wondering who the hell my family was, maybe, but
Just to be clear, you never carry this weapon on your back, but if you did, you carry it pointed out the same with on your hip. The reason
Well,
is
I mean,
they have the tech to make
You
something.
want me to
like
film or
this.
not? I mean,
Yeah.
You're still not very.
Maybe he knows how to
reliable
open
due
this
to
thing.
lack of science.
Maybe he
and
knows
lack
what
of
it is.
standardization.
Chances are,
Most likely the way to carry.
he'll
this
want to take it
weapon
back to his
is hold it
lab
on
and
a back
disappear with
sheet
it. You won't see him again for who
or
knows
an
how long.
upper leg sheet that is
Just saying,
actually fitted.
that's
to
it,
the
I'm out.
blade head point down so that it's open. None of these, but you did say fantasy.
That's what he does.
Oh,
Carried.
I'll try. Contacting Bart. Bartholantis. Emileric. His daughter needs him. I mean, I made a successful roll. The modifier, I mean, I don't know what the modifier is going to be. I have a guesstimation, and if it is, let's just say if it is 1,000 miles or less, my roll of 11 would still secure that.
Uh-oh, getting out the roller.
Uh-oh. He's getting out the ruler.
Actually, I'm sorry, it's not 1,000 miles or less. It's 9,000 miles or less. Because it goes the other direction. So if he's 10,000 miles or more, it'd be a -9. So anything below that to 1,000 miles is -7. So I'm sure as long as he's on this plane.
Like, hey, remember that one time?
And on
that
this
he
continent,
ended
I
up
should
freaking
be
with?
okay.
Well, she got pregnant, so now you got a half elf running around. Actually, he already knew that. He had no desire to be part of that lifestyle. Yeah, you know, she's the guild master
Tuck my
now.
10-foot
You know,
ladder in
she
my pocket.
she carries bodies across town. Those are my people. No big deal. It'd be my like signature. I could throw bodies at people.
That'd be great.
Disgusting. It's not a corpse.
Okay. So you must apply a modifier of -5.
Oh, definitely not a problem. I allowed it to go all the way up to -7. But I need to know how many points. I don't know what his current level is. So
Your initial cost, I see. Oh, wow.
oh wait a minute, what was I supposed to do? Mind link first? Is that what? Or that's the next one I do, isn't it?
Yes.
I forgot. I was thinking the other.
Hold on here. Okay, and you're doing that right now.
Yeah.
So
Probably 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning equivalent time. In this part of Skell.
well,
So it's probably more like 7 in his time frame.
okay.
He's at home.
So the initial cost is come on, what are you doing?
We just grab 100.
I see what you're doing. Never mind. Oh, this is totally fucked up. Okay. We're gonna do this.
It's got a chart. You just pick the number off the chart.
Well, there's a
As far as cost goes.
what if it's not on the chart?
He's not over. Fuck with that. On the chart.
I'll read you exactly what it says.
Hold on, let me get to the same page.
The initial cost of
Is the
contact is based on the target's level or hit dice.
Is he over level 20? Because my
So
chart
what
goes
if-
to 20.
What if he's over level 20?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Is he over level 20?
So here's my question.
Wasn't.
Should you be allowed, you don't have any idea what
I know.
level it is.
Well, why are we making a problem out of it? If he's over 20, I don't know. I don't know. Does it say something in there about
No, it doesn't.
beyond that?
That's the thing.
Probably because most people don't go over 20. Character-wise.
Okay, so I'm going to say that your initial cost is 26.
Okay. May I continue with mine, Link?
Let me make sure.
Contact works unless he's dead. Or on another plane.
Okay. All right, yeah, go ahead.
I'm successful with my roll for mine, Link, so there's no modifier for cost on this. No, I'm sorry, there is again. But on this one, it says 21 plus. So I'm just going to use that for cost, okay?
Figure it out.
Mind link?
Yeah. Target level. It has a 21 plus. Since you assigned the other one such a high number, I'm assuming this
I don't
one's
see anything
21.
under mind link.
I have it right here. You printed it out.
That's probably using the book that we don't like.
Okay, then I won't use it. I'll just go with the existing.
Your maintenance cost is
I know what that is.
8.
I know.
around.
That's fine. I mean, I'll go with that instead. That's fine. I'll get rid of the other one. It costs more. Hello, Bart. Long time. Now, I don't know. This is a good question.
What'd you roll for your mind link?
5.
Oh, okay.
This is a good question for the DM. I don't know that he has to be conscious to have a conversation with me. But I don't know. So I say hello, Bart.
I would I would say yes. Anyone has to have a conversation. Anyone has to be awake to have a conversation.
No, it's all in the head anyway, but okay. I said what I said. I'm waiting to hear his reply because I don't know if he's awake then or not. Or
Oh, we need to start the timer.
Just kidding, Greg. I can't help save anybody today.
so it
That's
works.
what I'm talking
I'm aware
about.
it works, so I know he's alive. That answers the first question.
Okay. Yeah, as far as you know. Okay, and then on the next round, you do mind length. So you're doing 8 plus 1 for maintain. Oh no, it's assumed in the next thing, I think.
It's finally, isn't it?
I'm talking about maintaining contact. I think the
That's
maintenance is
it's mind link.
included in.
It's the mind link. See, now you're timing me while we're looking up the rules.
Go ahead.
Really fair.
Just go ahead.
I asked the question. I'm waiting for you to reply.
Who
I
is
don't
this?
need to spend it. It's Durant.
I'll play along. What do you want?
I ran into your daughter,
Which one?
Aluna, in Greyhawk.
Yeah, that name doesn't ring a bell.
That's okay. I didn't think it would. Nonetheless, your identity as a father has been proven. Reason I ask is she has a very unique crystal puzzle box that some very powerful beings think she has the capability to open. She doesn't yet. Is there any chance you can perhaps lend your assistance to myself and Gerd and pop on over here? We're currently at Gerd's, or the Oracle.
I'm in the middle of something right now.
Will you be for the next day or so?
Hard to tell.
We reside in Greyhawk at the time being. Perhaps I'll look you up in a week and you can see if your time allows for such a teleportation.
What difference would it make?
I'm curious to see what's in the box.
Well, what does that have to do with who you say is proven to be my daughter?
They think she can open it. She's coming close. Thought you might be able to shine some light on the subject. Maybe you can.
I don't fight other people's battles.
It's not a battle. It's discovery. It's magical. It's discovery. It's something you're perfect at. Situation like this comes up, you're the only person I
If
can
it's
think of.
really my daughter, she'll want to figure it out on its own.
I just thought maybe you'd like to come see her. She's turned into quite the good little thief. She was almost running the city, head of the Thieves Guild there for a while. She's got her hands in all the right pockets anyway. Hey, it's just a polite how you doing, Bart. Thought you might want to come over and whatever.
I don't think that'd be a good idea.
Okay, brother. I'll catch up with you sometime. You have anything you want me to tell her?
No, but if this really is Durant,
Yeah, the dude stuck in the tower.
how is the tower?
Still standing. I'm not in the tower. What you're talking to is one of my avatars. I'm not. This avatar is not in the tower. or if I was in the tower, I would not be able to contact you because of the sword rulers and the agreement they have with the gods. It's a long story. Love to catch up with you sometime on it, but something that we would need to do in person, not via this link. It's very taxing to me.
Okay.
I'll talk to you soon, Bart. And I ended.
All right.
Minus you're looking stuff up. Can you tell me how much time was spent?
4 rounds.
Okay.
Find out anything useful?
Hold on.
Oh, your math, sorry.
He's busy. He said basically what I thought he'd say, that if you were a daughter of his, that you would want to figure it out yourself without any assistance from him.
Well,
That's pretty much.
figure it out.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought too. So
It's just
he's
one
busy.
thing.
He's always got his hand in something that's pulling one direction or the other. He's not coming.
I didn't think you would.
No, I ain't talked to him in a long time. It was good to talk to him. You talk to him in person now. Fill him in on what's happened, since that what he might not be aware of. Nothing to do with you. You have quite a large family, by the way.
Probably figured.
Outside of the Emerald Elven Kingdom.
It's what men like to do on their travels, finding, nice young available woman around and
Bastard elves.
leave some children around. What else is there to do?
Well, anywho, he knows where you're at. He might show up one day. Who knows?
I doubt
You
that.
have any
Just
idea,
saying.
Chris? You have
I'm
any
sure
idea
if he
about
had
your
any other
character
way.
now?
I'm sure he could have figured out
I
if he
mean,
really wanted
about,
to
like,
beforehand, if he
his
was that
personality.
Like if
interested.
he was
But
introduced,
I don't think
you
he
can
knew.
play it.
I think this is because of his kid and whatnot. I mean, I see what you're talking.
I mean, if not, you
So-
can keep working on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep working on it. I need to look up more stuff about my
figure we'll
god.
stay the day here. Back to Greyhawk.
I think so.
Let you go around, heal some people. Maybe I'll make some coin out of it.
Well, maybe you'll collect some coin over.
That's what I said. Maybe I'll make some coin out of
Oh,
it.
maybe you. Okay, I got you.
I know you won't collect anything.
Yeah. So 3, 4, 5.
Couldn't you make money up if you wanted to? Make it appear you have money.
What do you mean?
How do you get money? How did you have money when you first came here? By the way, I'll heal you with my mind. I feel like that gets you locked up.
Oh wait a minute. You mean this avatar?
Yeah.
I don't remember. It wasn't important.
Obviously.
I really don't. I've never really had a large sum of money. Durant has all the real money. On his possession, he has a note to the Greyhawk Bank worth, I don't know, 30,000, 40,000 gold. If you get that note, I can turn it in. So it's on his person.
It's a lot of gold.
It is. I don't know. I've never needed much. I grew up with Kirk. Grow up. I appeared as a baby, but grew fast. At Kirk's doorstep. Kirk was apparently given a note as to where I came from. But
So
Gerg more or less taught me not my powers, but my healing ability, my other healing abilities, like my, how I can bandage someone up, to discover what's
So Gerg's
wrong
your
with the
father?
person.
in a sense.
Oh,
That is
stand-in.
fantastic.
Stepfather, perhaps, you'd
That
say.
is fantastic.
That's where I started life. Where this ever started life was at Gerg's house. At Gerg's castle.
Okay, not his actual house. I've been to his actual house.
Well,
Well,
I-
his
I
mom and
remember-
dad's house.
Yeah, I have not been to his house. I don't even know where he is. I've only ever been to Castle X as far as a place of his.
It was a weird
Right
time
there.
there.
But that's where I grew up.
Okay.
In my, when I say grew up, I mean like very quickly over the span of a year or so. But yeah.
Oh.
So I didn't have to have money at that point until I was on my own, and I was provided for by the Oracle.
Murder son.
Well,
Both swords keeper.
I'll follow you. You take lead and go where you think people need you. Look for ones with bigger coin purses.
I don't look at coins. You would be better at that than I would. I don't look at coin purses.
Where is it?
15 times 7
Yeah,
equals
I'm just saying.
plus
Calculate it off, isn't it?
1 equals.
I don't know, can you?
I should be at 136 points, Cobb. That's not right.
Yes, yeah.
What'd you say?
I should be at 136 and 122. I just did the calculations based on the book with the modifiers as my total pool, not current. I just did the math based on the book for the how you gain PSP
Do you have?
by level and what you start at based on my modifiers and my ability scores. I should be at 136 total because my starting should have been 31 plus 15 level times 7 levels. Should be 136.
Why would it be plus 15? It's 10 plus 3.
It's 10 plus the modifiers for intelligence and page 14.
Every time a character advances to a new experience level, it expands. Find the modifier in table 5 that corresponds to wisdom. Add this number to 10. Page
Is
13.
it just wisdom? Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I was. What was I reading? Hang on. Let me find out where I made my mistake. Oh, the initial was based on. Okay, I see what I did wrong. It was based on the two modifiers, which would have been 5. So yeah, it is just a second. I'll back up and see what. I was adding them both in for that too. So it's 13. So that plus 31 equals 120. Yeah, it's right. Try on.
Does Walmart have a table for like return or open box computers? No, because that's how I got my Chromebook. I bought it up there on a return.
Well,
We do,
the department
no.
will have.
Hold on.
The
quick.
department, like it won't be, you have to
Yeah.
go in the department, and sometimes we'll have like value items is what we call them. They'll be open to the little bit cheaper, but it's just kind of hit and miss if we have them or not.
They'll do a lot of that stuff online. There's a whole bunch of that shit at Walmart.com online. The open box returns, you know, they're
With most
reduced.
of our
Will they
things-
list that on like what's in the High Ridge, for instance? Will that be on the website?
No,
It's refurbished.
they won't tell you it's at high risk.
They want you to order from
The stuff online, they will send you in the mail. Over a certain dollar amount, it's free shipping anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Small
it's always
dollar.
free shipping to Walmart though.
Right. So it doesn't matter what store it's at. They'll just have to.
Yeah,
They'll
and
go through
our
the system
store
to make it
is
yours.
smaller, so Fenton would have a better variety of that stuff. With since our store's so small, a lot of it we don't take returns
But on the same note,
computer wise unless we
not
have it.
everything at the store, for instance, that's returned is necessarily online either.
Yeah. But you can always check. I know I haven't seen any electronics. So what happens is we get them as a return. If they're unopened, then it just goes back on the floor. But if it's open, it goes to our claims department. Our claims processes, and if it needs any pieces, they order the pieces to fix it. And then, so. And it's mother of pearl.
Oh, I thought it was looking through it.
No,
Cool.
it's mother of pearl. And then, depending And if we can resell it, like if it's an item we sell in our store normally, then we'll put it out on the floor. And we'll put it as a value item. And we'll have a little tag that says value item on it.
They don't put that right back with the new stuff, do they?
Depends on what it is.
It depends if it's electronic.
It's a dollar amount thing.
Yeah, if it's an electronic item, it will be back in the electronics department. If it's like pens or something like that, then it'll go in the clearance aisle. It's because if it's an electronic, it's going to get locked up or have a spider sensor put on it.
Those are a pain in the ass to put on.
The pain in the ass to get off if you put them on too tight.
That's true too.
Because I'll put them on so tight that it'll like actually bend the box a little. I'm like,
there is one.
stuck it up, and you're sitting there like pressing it, trying to get it to pop off.
They're just,
I don't know if there's a.
they give you like they give me a handful of used
That
ones.
might be
Like,
from
it's like a fucking rat's nest.
higher
Trying to
edition.
figure out what's what.
I'm gonna. I have the book here.
I
See
hate
what I always
I hate
do?
putting them there.
When I was a cashier, is if I had one,
That's,
I would twist it all the way back up and then reclose it. That way, you could
Well,
just.
gee, that'd be nice.
That's what I always did because
Okay.
then I had to deal with the mess
Here.
trying to untangle it and
Fucking
put it
people
where
never
it
do it
was.
at Home Depot. They just throw in a fucking big box full of other.
You know, I always twist mine up, and then reseal them so they won't like get all. Yeah, they're a pain in the butt.
Say there.
We go out to the outside the castle to heal people. I have 64 points left, and it climbs as the moment.
Okay.
And
As the
if
moments
anybody
that we walk,
offers,
it's going up.
if anybody offers some gold, I take it on his behalf. I'm his assistant.
If they see me, as far as they offer me something, I ask them to see her, and I.
Okay, so
I know
let's
what
see how
I'm-
well you guys do.
yeah,
Both of you roll
some-
charisma checks, and let's see how well you do.
Straight
On a
point.
20.
Oh, I failed.
I felt too.
Really?
I rolled a
You
20.
got a good charisma. Oh, wow.
I rolled 20.
All right,
Wait a
so.
minute. On a check, you went low.
Correct.
Wait a minute. No, on a save, you went high. Yeah, I rolled 20. For some reason, I was thinking,
No, we did bad. We looked like the seed.
well, I'm out there to help
Oh,
people. It's
yeah.
really whether you're going to collect anything or not.
Oh, no.
I'm still willing to take what I got a +5 modifier. That don't help, huh?
And your initial reaction, yeah, people were like, oh, they seem to like you. But
then
They get healed.
what it amounts to is there's a lot of poor people out there.
Even if it's a disease. Except
So
lycanthropy, I can't do that. So
you are offered a wineskin.
Sweet.
You are offered
I'm happy.
um,
The moldy cheese.
35 copper commons,
Sweet.
and you are offered scraps of bread and cheese and
Dinner.
vegetables.
Yeah. I'm writing
So
scraps on
food.
mine. I'm cool with all that.
Yeah, actually, I have to.
dinner, a little bit of cat.
We got dinner. We got
Snacks while we.
By the
work.
time that you're finished, it's time for dinner, which is that noon meal.
Well, you know what? I got
So,
35 copper commons.
If you wish to
want
go
some of
and
this?
partake of that,
You can have the
you
wine.
may or you cannot. Totally up to you guys.
No, you can have it all. It's not really,
Sweet.
does not matter to me. Is it currently?
I'm like
Is
a
there?
hoarder.
Is there any sun out at all right now?
It's just partly cloudy, so it just sure it could.
So it's in and out.
yeah.
Nice put wine on.
I'm gonna use photosynthesis to.
Take in your nourishment.
Yes.
Go right
That's
ahead.
awesome.
See what I roll. So I roll
Plus
real well. And I
35 is
get my
969.
most of my water too.
Player to player. Can all signs do that?
Player to player.
Out of character, out of game. Can all signs do that?
It's an ability. It's not.
Or is
I'm
it
gonna
just
write
like
down
certain
scraps.
signs? That's awesome.
It's a power. You have to take the right
So are you just like stopping
pathway
and
and then
like
take the power.
staring at the
Okay.
sun?
So
That's how it
it's
works.
down one of those certain pathways.
So
Guys.
do you have to like
Yeah.
stop and like stare at the sun for a while?
Not the stare. It's just I'm like a plant.
He can tell you what he does.
Well,
So as long as he makes his roll.
Yeah.
Actually, he does it, but the roll would say if it worked or not. So For all I know, he might have a thing where he likes to stand on one leg and chew on his toenail while he does it.
The scientists can gain energy and rejuvenation from energy of the sun by using this power. For each turn that he rests in the sunny area, while using photosynthesis, he heals 1 hit point from any damage he may have sustained. If the scientist maintains photosynthesis for an hour or more, he satisfies his need for 1 meal that day. You're not listening. I'm reading this for your benefit, not mine, because you asked. And you're over there fucking over talking one time.
I thought you were reading. Okay, my bad.
No, I just asked what
You're
he was
fucking
doing.
interested.
Like, I understand what photosynthesis does.
Not to my character, you don't.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
What does
you were gonna get
photosynthesis
too
do? I know what for a plant. I know what it does. What's it do for a human?
Stuff and things. I'm sorry.
Keeps you from getting rickets. Sorry. It's true. Vitamin D keeps you from getting rickets. So they added it to milk. Now you know. If they added vitamin D to milk, is because
Sure,
of rickets.
vitamin D.
Well, vitamin D comes from the sun. And you from getting rickets.
That's not photosynthesis.
I know what photosynthesis is.
I get vitamin D.
As far as I know, only plants can do photosynthesis.
Yes, it's how they turn the
But-
sunlight and water.
And
into
scientists
sugar.
will-
I could be wrong. Maybe. No,
He's
see,
using it to not get rickets.
now you got me looking it up.
So,
I see, I just look at it and not get rickets.
Hey,
So I do it for an hour, so I can not have to worry
So
about
you're
it.
just like standing there for an hour?
Well, I'm sitting in the sun somewhere.
Exports, I guess. And
I wouldn't be
It's all
standing.
based on your background.
yeah.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna go snoop around.
It again based on if I have
Well, it's time to eat. I mean, you can eat too.
a shrine in there.
Oh, it's gonna wait for you.
I tell you, I'm not
He
eating.
has
Oh,
His-
well then I'm gonna go eat.
I'm not catatonic when I do this.
can
Oh.
consistently
I'm just not moving around.
feed
I tell you, I'm
work with the wounds
I'm
that are-
receiving
You
from
don't know
the
anything
sun
about her.
That's
what I need for
again. That's why I'm
the equivalent of
asking
food for
Just
the meal
make
and
your character
my
roll
water
your
for the day.
character.
Okay.
I get that from the sun when I do this. So that's what I'm
Okay.
doing.
Well, I'm gonna go eat while you do that. Stay out of trouble.
For the next span or so, I'll be right here doing this.
Okay. Well, then I leave him and I head back to the castle to go eat.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna eat the food you got.
Nope, it's staying in that. Nope, I'm going back to the castle.
You left me on my own. I might be murdered.
I think you can handle it.
That'd be great. All right,
You left me
so
on my own. What type of shenanigans?
I'm gonna
did
guess you
do?
made your roll, no problem.
Yeah. Silences make great thieves, by the way. If I wasn't a great guy, I could take all the money I wanted from anywhere.
My sister out.
Oh yeah, and then there was the whole thing about you asking about money. I know we're all during stuff stashed. Problem is I can't teleport there right now. It's a long journey to Gem Island. You can't teleport to the specific
wait.
place in the Dragon's
There's
Cave.
a place called Gem Island.
Yeah. Well, you emojis get all excited when you hear the word Gem Island. There's literally gems laying all over the beach. Literally.
You do realize I like live underground with a bunch of other people. Like
Like I said, Moji got all
I
excited
like-
when he heard it too. I actually offered him as much as he could carry away from it.
was he allowed to use the sack?
I don't care.
Why didn't he go?
It's a long journey. I can't teleport there anymore. This body can.
Why can't you?
Because I don't do that. Remember, I heal people. I can't do everything. Remember when I said I really missed those parts of my past life?
I can't do everything.
I can't fly anymore. Actually, I can, but not the way I used to. I'm more drift now than fly.
But you kept
But
the
nonetheless,
ability
it's
to
really
turn into
slow.
goo.
I can't, you know.
But you kept the ability to turn into goo.
It's
I mean,
down
come on,
that
teleportation
it's down that
goo.
pathway.
Teleportation.
Teleportation is
I would have picked teleportation.
that's
over goo.
psychoportive technology. That's technology. I almost said technology. That's psychoportive. It's a whole different part of the brain.
I would have picked teleportation over the goo.
The goo is part of. The ability for me to heal is for me to adjust the cells in a body or repair them, move them around.
Your priority
Okay,
is a little
well,
skewed.
turning to, as you say, goo is dealing with cellular level abilities. I'm just going to use the word magic because people seem to understand when I say magic what I'm talking about. It allows me to do magic to the cells of the body, which is why I can turn to goo or stuff like that.
I would like to respectfully request that the term cells and all that, no one knows anything about that.
Well, how about they don't know what I'm talking about?
There's nobody that knows anything about.
It wasn't around yet.
Yeah.
Well, then how do I explain my
You have
ability
the
to
ability
actually
to
change
manipulate
in the
the body.
description where it says I change on the cellular level, I change things like that. That's why, I mean, I have multiple abilities to talk about cells. That's one of the whole points of that pathway. I mean, that's why I'm
not
using it as a
description. I'm just
you may
trying.
not know what the hell I'm talking about.
I'm just trying to make it more realistic because
No, you're good.
I don't know of
More
anybody with
realistic.
a microscope.
More realistic, yet I'm a psionicist.
How
I mean, really?
Good.
How do I describe molecular bonding? I make one side of your body and the other side turn to goo and they stick together. I mean, that doesn't even sound right. On a molecular level. We're just smarter than most people. I don't want to know.
Anyway,
He's gonna go become a plant, and I'm gonna go.
I don't think
Your body's made up of very, very small parts, and I'm able to arrange them in a different manner. To
Whatever.
where
You picked
they
the
do
wrong
different
choices.
things.
Should have been able to teleport to.
Oh, I already done all that. I'm trying to do something different. The coin ain't going nowhere. Yeah, well, that ain't going anywhere either. There's reasons why it's still
all
there.
right. So the only thing about your photosynthesis is you have to remain still.
Yeah.
Other than that,
I'm just talking.
as far as I'm
to you.
concerned,
not-
you can
yeah.
talk or
Yeah.
whatever.
I'm just not going anywhere.
Gem Island.
I should be able to move with the sun.
Uh-oh. We've snared another one.
All right. Note to self. Find Gem Island.
It's far to the west.
Steal everything.
The red dragon's dead. Actually,
Steal everything. Avoid
I must say
Death Dragon.
some of his treasure is what I consider now mine. Because I used to be able to get to it. I know how to get to it. It's just I got to do it. I got to huff and foot it like everybody else. I don't need the money, so I'm fine. The money's.
That must be nice.
Well, I mean, what do I need money for? I got what I need. I can do what I need. I don't even need to eat and drink if I don't have to.
Well, that must be nice for you.
Yeah, well, it is.
Well, unlike you, us mere normal folk,
Mondays.
we need money.
Well, you do a good job stealing it, don't you?
You get by. I don't have like hordes of it
I
anywhere.
just gave you a bunch. Well, I know it wasn't much. It was like coppers, but still, I mean, you keep it. I don't want it. What am I going to do with it?
Well, I did have a lot of money, but then I lost all my stuff and I had to rebuy all my stuff. And some of my stuff is very, very expensive. And super illegal to obtain. So it makes it even more difficult to obtain.
Super what? Evil to obtain?
Illegal?
Oh, I think you said evil to obtain.
Nothing evil.
Illegal to obtain? You mean like your little tools you use
Yeah,
to
and they're expensive.
gain entry into places where you...
Yeah, and they're expensive and little. And if you lose one, then you got to get a whole new kit because they don't sell you just one of them.
You ought to get somebody to make you a copy of your tools once you get,
Well, that would
you get
require
there.
lots of money. That would first require money for them to make it, and then money not to rat me out to the police about, or to the thief catchers about it, and then money for them to keep their mouth shut about it. It's like a lot of money. Or I could just buy a new kit. And it's probably about the same amount.
Where would you buy the kit from?
You have to ask for the right people.
We've done this now a couple times.
There's different people each time. You just kind
Yeah,
of.
but somebody's got to make them. So who's making them? The same people I said try to talk to them about making you a copy.
I'm
Right?
sure
Isn't it a
there's somebody
specific
else.
skill
All
set
right,
to do
Chris,
that?
meet me outside.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out.
No, I'm
Hey,
not.
while you're out talking, go grab that stick out of my truck.
Okay.
I can walk with you.
Okay.
I don't know.
Together.
So you
Okay.
should.
I have a flashlight if you wish.
Well, that's my point. You know, it's got to be one of those guys making it.
I'm sure it is, and I'm sure if I asked the right people, I could find out.
Yeah.
But
I could ask the right people to find out.
you could.
Just got to sit down in a chair and listen to me for a minute. I'll tell you all kinds of secrets. Is there anybody we need to hear from that might tell us something that we want to know? That aren't willing to tell us what we want to know?
Art, Gerg.
I don't feel Gerg's hiding anything that's
No,
of
that's okay.
importance to me. I think he would tell me.
Well, I know.
And as far as Bart,
Gerg,
I got to be in front of Bart. Like I said, I can't teleport, so I can talk to Bart. I can talk to anybody anywhere on this planet.
but you couldn't call and talk to
On
me
this
about
planet.
how you didn't need a body.
On this continent. We're just
Well, you
calling it
couldn't-
continent.
But you couldn't tell me, hey, by the way, I don't need that body anymore. You don't have to worry about it. Hey, I know you've been slumming it in the morgue.
Well, you know, it all happened kind of quick. I didn't think about it. Actually, no, it didn't. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I forgot because you never showed up with it anytime in a timely manner. Like I said, I needed it right away. And then
You know how hard it is to
then
find a body with like the.
then the opportunity presented itself. So I took advantage of it, and then I never heard back from you. And then, like 2 months later, you show up with a body.
It was like 2 weeks later.
Oh, months. Months.
Weeks.
I didn't have my place in the city.
Yes, you did. We met in it.
No,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
no.
Yes, because you had little elf dwarf people everywhere, and I was stopped in and said
Dwarf
hi.
people everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. You had
Little dwarf people everywhere.
before the dwarfs went off to go to their thing, they met at
Yeah,
their
but-
place, and Aluna like busted in.
But we're talking way back when.
Well, that was the last time I saw you. Then you asked me about the
when
body. then.
when your uncle's
just
place
asked-
burned.
You just asked.
That's when
me-
it happened.
Yeah, but you just.
It was
asked
prior
me.
to that, actually.
But you just.
It was
asked
prior to
me.
that because I took advantage of one of the femme fatales that had fallen right after that burn when we were investigating the house, and that's the one body I used. So it was before the burning of your uncle's house that I'd asked
You
for.
still could have told me.
Months. I forgot. I said I forgot. I'm sorry. I made the body go away. What's the problem? I consider it a favor done. How's that? Does it matter?
Well, it's not to me. You owe the favors to. You owe it to the guys that carried the body for you.
I don't owe them anything.
You do because I told
I
them.
deal with you, not them.
Well, I told them I'll give them a favor. The favor, unfortunately, is going to rely to you. I'm probably one of them that do something
Want me
stupid.
to erase that from the memory?
No, it's
Want me
fine.
to have them think the favor's done?
They'll probably
Want me
come
to
to
set
you.
them on the proper course?
They'll probably come to you with like a broken foot or something. They're kind of stupid.
Okay, I can fix that.
I let them know you were a healer. You know, you might come up with somebody who's stabbing or something.
That works.
It's pretty. Just
I don't ask questions when I'm healing.
you'll see the bowler hat. You'll know it's that.
I'll give this knife one in your back.
It's a good knife. Keep it.
So you're assuming they come in with the knife still in them? They're not that smart. They pull it out and bleed to death. Because it is a lot easier to walk when you don't have a knife in your back than it is when you do.
You know, I've never
Because
been
it keeps
stabbed.
cutting and aggravating, but then you pull it out and you bleed to death. So it's you're fucked.
I've never been stabbed with a knife, so I don't know.
I've been stabbed multiple times.
That's unfortunate.
I fixed it.
That's okay.
I've been bit.
Well,
Well, now that it's very obvious that I'm going to miss my
Let's just go with
food, I will eat my
You can
scraps.
keep working on your background as you see fit. But
Yeah.
I think you have a basic framework.
that. Yeah, okay.
Thank
Yeah.
Eat
No,
scraps.
you have to cut it down though. With your,
Okay.
You said you had a saw.
I got a jigsaw.
Jigsaw.
I just made it more manageable, so I want to bring that 9-foot board for you.
Why not?
That's good, thank you.
Mhm.
It'll come in handy very soon.
A jigsaw.
Somebody ran, as far as I walked out of my basement yesterday, and I swear somebody shut the gate and ran through the backyard last night.
Cut through.
And I went out there with my two-handed sword and stalked my yard, literally.
Did you have the
So listen.
Conan music rolling in your
Well,
head?
the leaves made it too crunchy. What sucks is I didn't hear them run away, so I don't know which direction they went. But I was ready to chop at something.
Random squirrel.
All right. So,
Oh, yeah. I just gave up going to go eat food because we had this.
because you're talking,
Yep, so I'm eating my scraps.
when you see,
Has the hour went by? Or is this before that?
you're very close.
Okay.
And well, you tell them what they hear and what they see.
After you're doing whatever, you hear.
After I'm doing
Wow.
whatever. For the
Never
last hour, I've been sitting outside in the
Cut
sun.
it out. He doesn't know.
I'm not. He said after I'm
I
doing
know,
whatever.
that was
I'm
a-
not
that
doing
was-
anything.
That was
You
an
see-
idiotic statement.
You see a person.
It
Here,
was.
let me change this. You see a person. You
No,
see two people
He doesn't
sitting.
see anybody. He is going to describe what he's doing and how he's coming into the scene.
So we don't know. We're
Oh.
just sitting here
Well, you-
bullshitting.
You hear.
Like I said, he
Okay.
fucked it up from the beginning.
I did.
Okay.
So
I'm
go.
sorry. You hear basically painful screams coming towards you, and a man who is visibly limping and bloodied, looking around for help.
So what are the other
People in the
in-
crowd, they're like reacting, going, "Oh my goodness, look at that!"
They're like
bloody
staring
fucker."
clear of him, like
And
making
then some kids
a
like,
hole around him while he's walking.
"He smells like shit." Because
What?
what are you wearing?
I am wearing I'm wearing a cloak that's hiding majority of my upper body. I have bows. I'm kind of walking with a staff that obviously is pointed into a spear. I have somewhat ragged clothes on, but they're kind of torn a little bit, but still decent. As I'm walking through, there's a nice beard coming off of my face. There's blood dripping from my head. There's wounds that are visible on my legs.
How big is the beard?
Is it Mountain Man style?
Yeah, it's Mountain Man style.
Okay,
So it's
so we all remember.
It's almost
Grizzly
dwarvish.
Adams, right?
almost dwarvish.
What did you say? We all what?
Remember Grizzly Adams?
Yeah.
He's the quintessential mountain man.
Yeah.
So is Ted Kaczynski.
Mm-hmm.
Both legends in their own right. What else? What are you wearing on your feet?
Boots that,
Fur boots.
fur boots.
You got any
that-
weapons hanging off you anywhere that's visible?
Yeah, as I said, the spear that I'm walking with,
spear.
that I'm using as
Okay.
basically a walking
Walking
stick. You can see a bow and quiver across my back. Other than that, anything else would be hidden. You see a backpack that's on my back that has various. You just see a backpack on
I
my
was
back.
wondering how far you're gonna go with that.
Yeah.
No other weapons, like no swords or anything hanging.
No,
beside?
nothing
no
that you can
dagger
see.
beside or anything like that?
Nothing that you can see.
And where are you wounded?
There's
So he had
blood.
coming out of his head.
There's blood dripping
Okay.
from my head and some
and
wounds
some
on
wounds
my
on
legs.
his legs. He said, I guess above the boot line.
Yes.
I stop my photosynthesis and I go ahead and get up and here, come sit down. Rest here. I bind his wounds.
He stinks, mommy. Quit.
I bind his wounds to stop the bleeding immediately, and then I do a healing check and then a.
He smells.
No. Do you think that all these other people are clean?
He smells worse.
Well, it's.
Just
That's fine. He
painting
smells
a-
bad.
Painting a picture.
That's fine. None of these people smell good.
No, but some smell worse.
I've been around.
Some smell
certain
worse.
Then I also do my diagnostics to see exactly what's wrong. With it.
Imagine if Fred Augusta Brown really didn't give a fuck.
All right. That's pretty bad.
There you go. Radagast the brown, runny brown.
I guess my question is, should I use veterinarian healing on him?
See, now you're thinking. And you think that to yourself, and you, I made it funny.
I made a poo. I'm successful in my healing check. So that's just a bind. I'm sure none of this happened just recently, right? Like a round ago.
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to do my diagnostic now. Not a problem. So, where's he hurt? What's hurting? How bad is
You
it?
just tell him.
There's a gash on my forehead that's bleeding.
No, you're not bleeding anywhere anymore. Tell me you're
Okay, that was
Roll,
bleeding. There's
Roll 30.
we are rolling 30s. 18.
No, never mind.
Okay. There is an open wound in my leg, or that has a hole.
Is
Basically,
anything broken?
physically, no.
Okay.
Nothing is broken. No bones are broken, but there was multiple abrasions, and there was a hole that looks like an arrow was shot into it.
But there's no arrow in it anymore? A part of an arrow?
There's part of an arrow in it.
Okay. So you've got part of it. Okay.
Yep, and it, like the, there's no exit wound. We'll put it that way. And there's a little bit of a, you can see a little bit of like a stick sticking out the front, like an arrow shaft.
Luna, what are you doing while this is going on? Just watching?
Watching the gross man.
Okay. Does the gross man have any belt pouches for stealing?
Yes, he does.
Nice. You noticed that.
Because he seemed thoroughly distracted.
I'm personally not taking a look at what she might be noticing because I know what she is.
I'm going to say he seems to be pretty distracted.
Based on
Yeah, because my diagnosis
knowledge
is
of
pressing and prodding, and look, there's still an arrow in this wound as I'm pulling. You know, that's all part of the. Yeah, he should be in a little bit more pain while I'm doing my diagnostic.
Ah, right there.
I would
Just settle down,
that's
settle
fine.
down.
Ah.
I'm gonna have to pull this out. I look for a piece of wood on the ground, something. I don't care what it is.
I would say,
Stick.
do you have a healer's bag?
Yeah, well, a minor. It's got
Because it would have that kind of stuff in it.
so bite down stick. Okay, I pull out my
It
bite
would
down
have
stick
that. It would have
with many different
things
sets of
that you
teeth
use to remove.
marks bound into it.
Like, let's say somebody got shot with an arrow,
Actually, it's a leather wrap stick because that cushions the
Sure.
bite.
and you couldn't pull the arrow out because
Gotta
the
push it
jagged.
together or something.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
in your healer's bag, there's like a wooden thing and a small mallet that you use to jam the arrow all
A
the way.
little pair of pliers.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. I give you guys that here. Bite down on this. It's gonna hurt. And if you hit me, I'm not gonna help you. Just tell you that up front. Here, you gotta lay down, get comfortable. I helped your backpack off your back,
Mhm.
and I tossed it behind you over there, kind of in the vicinity where Aluna is. I take your spear and move it away from you too. I don't need that too close to you. And then I, with my back to Aluna, I'm gonna push the arrow through.
I like put my hands like interlocked behind my head.
Okay. Save
Bite
versus
down.
paralyzation or scream.
Well,
D20. Wait, I don't.
He doesn't have a sheet
I don't
yet.
have my sheets
Roll
covered.
D20. We know bit.
I rolled a 4.
That's
That's
a
good.
failure.
Oh,
See,
Save you one high, check you one low. You rolled a 4.
yeah, but
That's
you
low.
said on
Save versus paralyzation.
Oh,
paralyzation. I was thinking
Okay, so
you
you're
were
like
doing
system shock.
I was thinking system shock.
Yeah,
You're
first
biting
I was
down on the thing, and you're like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
real loud, and then you hear one of the kids is like, "He's killing them."
No, he'll be fine, children. Stay away. Don't look at this. They're very bloody. I pull it out the other side. The pain should subside pretty quickly after it comes through. he technically would have been in more pain than what I'm creating if he's got all these different wounds.
We're taking that as read.
Oh yeah, while they're doing this, I'm totally doing what everybody set me up to do.
Okay. Roll your. Are you gonna do anything to attempt to get in the position?
He tossed me his bag.
I did. Naughty of me.
Took off his backpack and tossed it towards me.
I explained to Barry, you need to back up and listen to what I just said.
Took off his backpack when he went to
I said, you need to lay more flat. I said, let me help you with your backpack, and I tossed it in Luna's direction.
I see.
So there were no misunderstandings of what I was doing. I then described that my back was towards Aluna while I was taking this arrow out of his leg.
Set it up.
I wanted to be described perfectly
he
as
did.
where I was.
He completely set everything up.
I'm not condoning what I don't see.
What did you roll for money, Chris?
Oh, I rolled
What did you have?
140. And I
That's
haven't
not
completed
totally
my
square
list
roll.
on buying stuff,
It should be okay.
but it's still. I'd still have a decent amount.
All right. Roll your pickpockets, but you have a bonus.
We'll laugh if you fail.
If you roll a 96 or whatever, that's still a failure.
Hey, I'm assuming he's
61.
Okay.
it's
My
not-
pickpocket was a 60, so
Okay.
I assume with the bonus.
Yes.
I'm doing cell adjustment to fix his hit points. If you need to look that up.
Take this. Nobody's looking. It's kind of
Cell
in the
adjustment.
pocket. Put
Every
that
5
in.
points I spend, I'm going to be healing. For every 5 points, I'm going to wait a minute. I can heal up to 4 points of damage in each subsequent round by spending 5 per hit point. So, I mean, I don't know what his starting is.
Right.
I'm assuming he's at full for mechanical points in the game. I have to know some things. So I'm assuming he's at least at 10 points probably down or it matters because that's how many I'm giving him to come back up. I've got him under my care with diagnostics, so I'm going to know when he's good.
8 points down.
8 points down. So that's going to be
40.
no. There's other things that
Oh, I'm sorry.
are involved in it. I can do that in math. I was just first thing.
All right. Roll your power. Roll your power score.
So I need a 15. Oh, not for round 5.
Okay.
Subsequent round, it's 5 plus. That was first round, so subsequent round will be the next round, so it'll be another 5, 10, 15, 20. So it'll be 25 to do 4 points in round 2. Correct? It's 5 points per hit point, 4 hit points per round, but starting in this basically the second round. So it cost me 5 points to initiate, then another 5 points in the second round.
Okay.
So what? 30.
We didn't go over exactly how many points I have left, so I don't know. Do I have enough to do? How much did I use before lunch? I had 64. Figure I had 70 points total before we started healing that day. After my other stuff I did with Bart.
Okay.
So I need to know what I would have expended on the people prior to lunchtime.
All right.
Because that determines on what else because I also have photosynthesis in there too. So I kind of need to know where I'm at.
Roll a d8. If you roll an 8, you still have all of your stuff. You roll 4. Okay. So you have 40 points left.
I'll do one more round, 20 more points, and that should bring him back up to full, and then I'm out.
Okay. All right. So you describe to him what it is that you do. You just point at him, or you have to touch
it's
him?
cellular level.
No.
Stuff again, yeah.
You just. What does he see?
I'm just.
It is touch. Okay, so you do have to touch them.
Yeah, all my
So
healing
basically-
touch. So I'm touching each wound after I pulled the shard of the arrow out. I'm just kind of really intensely looking at the wounds as I'm like pressing around them and like pushing the wound close. It's already bound, so it's not bleeding anymore.
Mhm.
That's all been stopped.
But I'm still like.
So I'm kind of the wounds are actually. I don't know, Cobb. Would there still be like a scar or a red mark, or would they completely disappear? It's not magical healing, but I'm restoring. I'm restoring his hit points.
Right.
I'm not
Yes, the way it generally works with me is
to heal
if you
wounds.
Get, if you
the
get
heal
to
wounds,
minus hit points, then you'll have a scar. Before then, any healing removes any evidence of the wound.
So the wounds. If you're looking at the wounds start to close, and what ends up being the blood's still there, but then like the red line, the jagged edges become smooth, then the red line, then the line you'll see as I'm wiping the blood away with like a damp cloth, you'll see all of a sudden there's nothing there. It's just the red blood on the skin, but the wound's completely gone. I move from wound to wound to wound, and then do your head last, and. I said, I can do no more for you. You are as right as you should have been in the beginning. Now this is going to take, with the diagnostics and all that. This is and the healing. This is 5
rounds.
5 rounds.
So
maybe turns for the first couple turns, and then turns 10 minutes. It's 5 rounds. No, you know what?
You're right.
No, the diagnostics got to be a turn. Because that's a complete. I don't
know.
Looking
Does
over.
it say anything?
Well, I'm looking over the whole body to make sure, what's wrong with them, and it's more of an in-depth. It's not a power; it's a non-what proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I gotta look it up. But I think that's probably more.
Yeah, I'd agree with you on that one.
Because that's it's not magically coming to me. I'm looking for the problems. It's not going to say.
I'm going to say that to perform a diagnostic takes a full minute.
A minute? I'm doing the whole body.
I
Everything
think
else is rounds. I figured that would be at least a turn.
It
which is
doesn't
what, 10
say.
minutes?
So.
Yeah, but this is a full examination.
If the patient has suffered physical damage, the character can determine the extent of the damage.
Based on a full examination
You
of
look at it.
every inch of the skin. It's like, there's a mark here. There's no, you know what I mean? He's got him on his legs and his head, so I'm checking the whole torso.
I'm willing to let you.
I'm going to say it took 10 minutes.
how long it is.
I'm going to say diagnostic, because in this particular instance, I'm not looking at a single wound. I'm looking at the whole body, 4 wounds. It takes 10 minutes to do that. It takes a turn. But everything else was a round, except for the end thing was 3 rounds. So that's how much time a certain someone might have to do a certain something.
So like 13 minutes or
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
something like that. Okay.
And then you're rapidly feeling better. I mean, at the end, you're shouldn't
Right
have
as
any pain
rain.
at all.
Gotcha.
Unless you got a headache. I didn't fix that.
But physically, I feel like I could take it on the world right now. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Other than you smell really bad and you're bloody from you got dry blood and still
And
fresh
you
blood on
stink.
you. I mean, that's the only you feel fine.
And you smell
feel
like
like you
you
did.
can't-
Physically, I feel fine.
There's
Yeah.
absolutely nothing wrong with you. I
Okay.
mean, mentally, I didn't fix any of that.
Yeah.
So you still be crazy.
Who knows?
You still smell like shit. If you shit yourself, you still shit yourself.
Oh,
If you ate something bad for dinner, that's still an
how much did
internal
I get,
problem.
Cobb?
How much did you get?
Yeah.
I don't know. How much did you get?
I haven't finished doing all that stuff.
Well, according to what the write-up of the character's kit, what did you get?
Again, I was just, and I don't have the rest of my stuff. I haven't finished because I was gonna buy different armor than what my kit normally has. I was gonna get a
Did you
couple.
buy the
other
armor
items.
yet, though? I think that's what it means. If you haven't bought the armor yet, then
Do you know what kind of armor you can get?
Yeah. I mean, technically, I can get any armor.
If you're willing to take the minuses.
Yeah. No. Studded leather would be the one that I went after.
You're willing to take the minuses.
Don't believe studded leather is minus. Or no, I was going after hide. That's the one I went after. My bad. And hide should not be any minuses. So there's that. Then there's those guys.
Better be worth my while. Get caught. If it's gonna be like 4 copper, I'm gonna throw the thing back at you.
Nice.
I'd be more concerned about what Gerg would do if you found out if you're caught. What Gerg would do?
It's plenty more than that. Trust me.
No, I just found this, Gerg. What are you talking
I
about?
already know how I'd get out of it, but
Before actually doing all the math,
I'm trustworthy, so you're not.
On the meta level.
The worst part is Gerg knows that.
Normally, a mountain man doesn't wear armor. Instead, he wears a handmade suit of
I
leather
know.
and fur.
Usually.
So not strictly forbidden from wearing metal armor. A mountain man is.
I've read it
comfortable,
like 3
that he
times.
suffers a -2.
It's non-metal. Hide is non-metal. It's all leather.
Yeah, yeah. You can play whatever. All I know is I don't give extra experience points for characters that want a certain thing and then play them as a totally different thing. So just get used to it.
I understand.
There's a
It's like-
fast answer to what you're telling you.
There's
The
been
best answer is
I
you
know.
have
Let's
what you
go with
have.
Go
there's
with
been
it.
a couple of barbarians that ended up wearing full plate armor, and it's like, okay, I guess you don't want any experience.
My barbarian
That's fine.
ended up a full plate. Remember? When he was the Viscount of the region, the best friend of the king, saved the world 3,000 or 4,000 times.
Okay, so
Had an army.
still.
That army was killed by Trent.
Is he barbarian?
They were well, I can't tell you this because you might find out. It might be. And you didn't ask, so I didn't tell you.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't know.
I don't know.
Durant
specifics,
or Artie
but
don't know
other
the car
stuff
anyway, so
that I was looking at. So I'm just gonna say
it's in the history books.
you have 40 gold.
No,
What? How not?
because you're supposed to give that stuff. You're supposed to buy what you have and then give away stuff. You're not supposed to have hardly anything.
Yeah. Although I like that number, it's not gonna be an accurate number.
Limited money. Excess
I know,
treasure and possessions are given away. You can only have a single item worth 15
Yeah, I
gold.
know.
So there's no way you're going to carry around 40 gold.
Maybe this is his chance to give it away.
Right? Give it to
You
him.
saved my life. Here. I like that idea.
I guess you'd have.
I would take it if it was in the form of gold.
You find probably about
I'll tell you what you
5. I was gonna say 5 gold, and then some nice meat. That's some bloodied meat, a bloodied bag.
Bloody bag.
What's
pirate.
what's the 15 gold piece looking expensive thing you got on? We didn't eat your clothing. Ate your spear.
Okay, so I find 5 gold.
What were these for, Kyle?
That's the only coin you find. Everything else is.
I was using those for something.
Everything else is
Okay.
either food.
You see, he's got a holy
Well-
symbol that
Yeah.
appears to be worth something.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
was gonna
ain't
say I
messing
had
with
that.
that. I'm not messing with that.
holy symbol.
I ain't getting no.
I don't think you
pissed off
see
with
the
me.
holy symbol. You see it's made out of gold.
No, I see it's a whole. I ain't messing with some god.
Messing
can
with
roll
this
it-
guy right here.
You can
What the
roll
fuck
a
worried about someone else?
non-proficient religion check if you'd like
I can protect you from gods.
to
Fuck,
see if
I am
you
a god.
recognize with a bonus
Check.
because
You
of
want-
your
well, I
city
got a 13.
familiarity.
Wait, no, it's not a 30.
Yes.
Ton of.
See a stinky
I got
fucking druid.
27. I got no idea.
Okay, even with the bonus.
Yeah, no, it still
Not
looks like
sure.
it'd be no. It's harder to move items. It's easier to have gold. So you gotta find the right buyer.
Melt
That's
it
what the
down.
Flip the gold.
So did you decide what you got yet or not, or what?
20 silver.
20
Yeah,
silver.
20 silver?
Okay.
Okay. I'll gladly take the 20 silver.
And
20 silver
and a
that-
blue potion.
The 20 silver that you were going to use to do something in the mountains.
Ooh,
Buy himself a woman friend.
a furry woman. Huh? Hey,
A dwarven
dearie.
woman
Hey,
friend.
baby, I brought you some catnip. They had a sale at Lowe's. No, at Dicky Bug.
As an out of continuity funny thing, we both thought about him instead of being attacked by bandits, being attacked by a mountain lion, because his other character has a mountain lion friend.
That'd be funny.
And then I thought,
Rough sex?
Sounds a little cliche.
Yeah, that's why I switched over to having an arrow on my leg.
And then you weren't an adventurer anymore because you took an arrow in the knee.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, game over. What's your next character?
Alright.
I'm a guard now.
I was an adventurer.
Hey, Smelly Ted, we're going to town.
Okay.
All right.
I just take the coin. Everything else can.
You should rest here for the night and make sure all your wounds take. Your healing of your wounds take.
Let me find
You don't want to
someplace
open anything
bathe.
back up. Someone will be around to check on you in the morning.
You should probably find someplace to bathe because you smell ripe.
Not now, though. Let the wounds heal fully.
That's what my mountain home is for.
There are no mountains near here. Where are you from?
Far away.
You know where you're from. It's in your name.
From the Greenwood.
The Greenwood.
So you not have baths there because you smell gross.
Do I see this holy item, or is it visible to me or not?
No, because it's in the pack. So
Okay.
Yeah, I don't take it. I delivered it to so
What happened to you, by the way? I'm assuming you were in some sort of fight with someone. You had an arrow in your leg.
you lost.
I was traveling back to my home, and what can I say? This place is notorious for bandits, and I had a few of them jump me.
This couldn't have happened far from here. Not by the look of these wounds and the bleeding you were doing, you wouldn't have made it very far. So this must have happened just down there.
A little bit, yeah.
Do you travel?
The guard should be allergic to this.
You should be.
Cops as fuck.
Oh, you want me to tell them?
Go bring a guard here. It's imperative that they learn about this.
We get up.
You want me to go do it?
No, I got it.
All right.
I go and I go find a guard.
okay, you can find one. He's over there by the gate, the walls. There's always guards there.
I'm gonna go up to one. I'm gonna go up to him like, hey, there was a gentleman attacked close to this camp here. He made it into here screaming with an arrow in him.
Was that what happened to that guy?
Yeah. Thought
Poor bastard.
you might want to know if there's bandits hanging out and all these people.
You think the bandits came in here?
No, that they're lurking around.
They're always looking around. They're bandits. Thank you, miss. What's your initial reaction at this?
Negative 12.
What is it?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
Well,
As you turn and leave, roll your hear noise.
Oh, she got a hot ass. Or, God, you just got a fat ass. One of those two, bro.
right. I want the latter of the two.
A little bit low. 8%.
Oh, you heard one of them say, stupid blank. I'm not going to say the word. It was derogatory.
Stupid
My
German
turn. Well, at least my mom's
Uh
not a
oh.
pig.
Uh-oh. You're falling for it, Skylar.
At least my mother wasn't a pig. I'm walking back to Artie as quickly as I can.
Ooh, okay. And he shoots back. I'd like to stick your pig and show you who's boss.
You got a date for me.
I don't think it'd be big enough. I don't think I would notice.
One of them laughs. Oh, no, shut up. He's
I'll come
like,
back to you.
roll again.
Ooh, 61. I wouldn't hear him.
You didn't hear that one.
Nope. I'll come back to you.
What did he say?
Yeah, they're always around here. And I might have pissed him off.
Oh, how did you do that?
I told him he had a small member.
Sole member of what?
His male anatomy.
Why would you tell him that? You just go up to a guard and tell him he's got a small dick.
He called me a bad
Why would you
name.
do that?
He called me.
Why did he call you a bad name? That's not a.
I don't know. He was rude.
So, guard,
So then I told
he
him his
was
mother
rude.
was a pig.
You didn't do anything to start this?
No.
Guards don't normally, when you tell them about a fight or something, oh, you're
They just don't like
a
me.
bad name.
They just don't like me. And then I told him his mom was a pig. And then he
Oh,
said,
that might have something to do with it.
that was after he insulted me.
So he insulted you for no good reason.
Yes. I was
Oh.
being perfectly.
Show me which guard.
I'll show
You
you.
stay here and rest.
I'm going to walk. Oh, that
Grab my
one.
healing bag and all my stuff.
That one. It was that one.
Excuse me, sir. Oh, fine.
So you two know each other?
I went with him. You're leftist. You're just like left.
Roll 20.
God, this would be great.
9.
Okay. He's like, "Hey, what up, Artie?"
Hey, my associate said that you had said something derogative to her for apparently no reason. I mean, what gives? I sent her up here to tell you about that guy that came in hollering and screaming. His wounds were pretty severe. He had to have been attacked right near the edge of this group. I mean, he couldn't have traveled far. I mean, he was bleeding pretty profusely before I fixed all that. I mean, it might be worth a look if they're getting that close. It might be stealing. It might be
There's
causing.
always
danger.
bandits out on the road.
Well,
You know that.
I know, but this seemed like it might be
Why
close.
would you send her to tell us?
I was dealing with his wounds.
I mean, don't send a woman to do a man's job.
I was dealing with his wounds. All right, I thought it might have been more important that you go down and take care of it, but I don't know.
Our place is
I don't
running
know
this
these things.
place.
I understand. I don't know these things, so.
And that's why I told
Lesson
him it's
learned.
small penis. That right there. That attitude right there is why it's little. He has to make up for it.
Fuck who you blankety blank, which he says the actual words, but the dungeon master doesn't.
Well, you would see Artie looking at her going,
See?
You give me a chance and I'll show you how big it is. Even I could get it up for someone that looks like you even. That's how virile I am. The one's like, take it easy, Chauncey. He's like, no, she should know her place.
Hey, God, can I roll?
I guard the people that live here. I'm the difference between bandits coming in and not. So she can fuck off.
And I've
the
saved
one's
the
like,
world
all
more
right,
than you know.
you're done. Go on. What? You're sending me away?
Can I roll?
Yeah, you're not acting professional. Fuck you, bitch. We'll see.
See? I didn't start
He
it.
storms off. And the one's like, I'm sorry, ma'am. Artie, next time if you have something to tell us,
I understand.
just
I understand.
Cobb, can I please?
all right, we got work to do. Move along. And he
Please
grabs
roll
his friend and they go to the other side. He's like, you there, come down, take his place.
See? I didn't start it.
Why? I liked it up here. Get down here. Yes,
That
sir.
was rude.
The guy comes down.
Start it.
He's a little mad and he's looking around at somebody. Do you meet his gaze?
No.
So he just looks past you.
Can I roll a 30, please?
Not my fault.
Sure.
He was a small.
To over here.
Well, I'm spent. I suggest
Nope,
we
I
go
rolled a
back to our
26.
accommodations.
But you can, if you're looking that way, you can see them, but you can't hear them because there's too many people
Okay.
talking. It's like being in the theater
Did you make sure the guy
Yeah,
was
with
okay?
just
I'm
people
looking at the guy
talking
who's saying
normal,
live.
normal
I've done everything you need.
volume. It adds up.
Okay.
So,
He
I'm looking
needs-
at the guy.
You're right. He needs the bathroom.
and then you notice that there's some girls.
He's,
Very
he's
good
exhausted
looking
and he needs to clean himself. Maybe that's not his way.
I look at her.
I don't know. He's
Yeah! And she runs away.
You get running.
Stunk.
Cobb, you weren't listening. We are heading back to our accommodations.
Going back to the room.
Hers in particular.
All right, so you see them go and they go out
From
the
the
front,
guard,
past
yeah,
the
we
guards
keep
and
going.
around. And you're there by yourself, except for with all these other sick and wounded
But I didn't
individuals.
start it. It was mean to me.
I
Walk into
agree,
the
but
guard.
sometimes these
Hold on.
people are just the way they are. You just gotta roll with it. He's in a position where he can say that shit and get away with it, and you gotta ignore that shit because there's nothing we can do about it. If you want to speak to Gerg about it,
No, I can handle things
it'll
differently.
probably honestly only make things worse with the guard. But and I'm not defending him. I'm just telling you that I've learned that's the way these
Fine.
things go.
He gets to live with
I'm sure
himself.
you've run into similar situations in the big
Oh, all the
city.
time. That's fine.
Yeah, it's bullshit, but it's what the way we got to deal with it. Now, had he said it about me,
I look around and pick up all my stuff.
had he not disappeared, I may have. Had I not known who it was, I may have played a game or two with his equipment.
Right? And I could live up to the fact that it must be tiny.
I didn't mean that equipment, but
Oh.
okay.
Well, you know. I was going.
No, I'd have glued his boots to the floor or made his weapon so it wouldn't come out of the sheath, stuff
That's
like
fantastic.
that. If he's wearing chain, if he's leaning up against the gate, I could make him one with the gate.
Why would the bandits attack so close to here?
I don't know. They're getting bold. They're getting hungry. It's getting close to winter. I really couldn't tell you. Judging by that individual, he probably provoked them or was fighting them, and then the battle turned against the tide turned against them, and he retreated here. He's obviously not from around here, so I don't know.
Did you say he's from Greenwood? Where's that at?
I don't know. I don't remember ever hearing that word, Greenwood, I don't know. He said he's from a mountain. I don't know any mountains around there. He said he's from Greenwood. I don't know where Greenwood Mountains. Doesn't ring a bell to me, but I don't know all of this land.
Yeah, Mojo is here. He has this really amazing map of the area.
Does he?
Yeah. Spent a lot of money on the map.
You got it with him?
Sure he does. No, maybe
I thought it was being made. I don't know, though.
We'd have to go back to Greyhawk and find out.
Yeah. Maybe if it's done, I could buy it. Let's do that. Well, we'll do that tomorrow when we leave. Go back to Greyhawk. You know where this place is? We can find it. There aren't that many places that make maps. In there.
No, I mean this is the big cartographer's
Phil's equipment.
place.
Okay.
Did you get my message? Tori?
Come in.
Hello. Well, I need to. I'm spent.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not tired by any means. I just don't. I can't do anything.
Pocket
I
of my
can't
little.
do anything outside of the normal
Yes, I
range
pull out
of you
some
humans.
coins.
You make that much today?
Yeah.
Good job.
Thanks. I go in my backpack and put my coin pouch and tie it off.
Cool.
Yeah, I made something kind of like 23 silver and some copper common. I mean, most of it's in copper, but
Wow, it seems like a lot from these poor dredges outside. Must have been a good day. We healed the right people.
you picked the right people. Also got some food out of it.
I'd say the Lord doesn't pick the people, but I don't really deal with that side of it. So I just heal them because I can. In the name of the Oracle. So it doesn't seem weird that I can magically heal people and I don't praise no God to do it. Because Poseidon don't heal nobody.
Would you pray to Poseidon then?
I did for a long time. To be honest with you, I got away.
Who'd you pray to?
Poseidon. I used to. Remember when I carried his I'm sorry, Aegir. Not Poseidon, Aegir. I had the wrong god. The wrong water god. It's been a long time. Like I said, it's Aegir, not Poseidon. But it was Aegir.
Is that a special thing to hold?
So
Just the scabbard hanger.
I guess let's chill out here.
Okay, so
Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing some of the books in the library.
You
Let's,
probably want 2 of those.
let's see if we can get to the. We're gonna go back to the castle. I'm gonna see if we can.
So you change your mind. You go to the room and then
We've been in the room talking for a little while.
Okay.
I'd say we spent about an hour in the room talking. And then I would like to actually spend some time in the library while I'm here. So I'm going to go. Where I asked if you want to accompany me back.
Yeah, I'll come with you. I don't know that I'll find much amusement in the library, but
Well, I'm sure you'll find something amusing in the castle. In some dark corner somewhere that others can't see.
maybe I'll find that.
Maybe you run into that guy and you can have your first date with him.
Yeah, somebody would like to meet him. Nothing.
So we head back to the entry.
Okay. And once again, you ask to get in.
It is I, the Oracle's prodigy, Artie. I'm here to go. I wish to spend some time in the library with my assistant, Luna.
The scribe comes in and says,
Hello. I've done all I can for today.
"Come in."
I do. We do.
So he takes you up to the library and he says, "What do you hope to find?"
I just want to look around at some of the different books. I really, in my time growing up here, I didn't spend a whole lot of time up here reading the books. I just want to see what they say. I've used all my abilities out on the people, and I have some downtime, so I thought I'd just browse around. I honestly don't know everything that's up here. I'm only familiar with some of the titles, and that was a long time ago. I'm open to suggestions if you think there's something I might find interesting.
Well, now these books are painstakingly crafted,
Most books are.
and they are some are fragile.
I won't touch any, I promise.
I grew up here.
Most of these 4 books here tell the stories of Foltus, how he came to the place, how he should be worshipped. I don't know how much interest you would find in those.
Do you have any books on diseases or healing arts? Something I may not have read. Odd things that affect mankind.
Well, there is this book here on the 5 humors.
Yes, I'll give that a look. It's just one of those
So
I have
he,
to keep up on a thing and look at.
He takes a key, unlocks it, and sets it out on a table for you.
Well, thank you, sir. I do appreciate it.
And it's basically talking about how the body has 5 different properties, and if they get out of alignment, things don't work like they should.
Is this stuff I don't know?
It's stuff that you have never really heard of. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I absorb it.
What? Tell me how you do that.
I read it and remember it. I absorb the knowledge, the old-fashioned way.
Okay. The book is
Through learning.
So it would take you quite a long time.
Well, I'm just going to spend a few hours up here. That's what I'm going to gain out of it, and nothing more.
Okay. So what are you doing while he's sitting there reading a book?
Popping her gum, sitting sideways on a chair with her high heels, popping her gum.
Roll a charisma check.
Living the dream of being bored in the library. Oh, I passed.
Did you? Okay. So
Okay.
he says, "Dear child, can you read?
Yes.
Well, perhaps this might interest you." And he pulls you over to the side
101 puzzles.
and he says,
Etiquette for
By the
young
numbers
lady.
man.
he says, "This book is called Girl of Eternity.
Okay.
And it's about a girl who was raised by the ocean, and she has several adventures."
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I will thoroughly enjoy this.
Enjoy stealing.
I got my head down in my book.
Okay. He says, "So you would like me to get it down out of the..."
Yes, I'll read it. Thank
Okay.
you so much for the suggestion.
Okay. So he does it. He unlocks it. And Sets it on the table.
I give him a super dirty look.
Roll me
You can learn
a.
much from knowledge.
Roll me a. Roll me another charisma check.
There's things in this book I've never heard of before.
I passed.
See, gods
Okay.
don't know everything.
So, you. Oh, do you open it and actually read it?
I open it up, and I just kind of give him a dirty look. Dragging me to the library, very well knowing I could not run around the castle freely, but I accepted it. And then I just say thank you to the scribe. I'm nice to him.
Yeah.
He's asking if you actually read the book.
Yeah, I'll actually read the book.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
roll against, save against.
No.
Save
You
it.
actually.
Don't memorize.
You actually feel like there's some. The book starts off with the story of a girl born in a house by the sea, and she is not like well appreciated by her family. They ask her to do all the chores, but the more you read it, you're like, huh. And according to your role, you identify with the main character.
Okay. So I thoroughly enjoyed the book.
And then you guys, I guess, are done.
Is there
Yep.
something in your special book about pets?
A special book.
You have to be more specific.
The different types. Like more specific descriptions of the different
There's a
types.
monster manual that has descriptions of animals.
We get something to eat then. Good for supper, I guess it is. Should be approaching supper time.
Okay. Well, there you go. And you roll me a charisma check.
Yes, made by 3.
Okay. Now roll me an intelligence check.
Made it by 8.
Okay. You like the writing of the book, but you're very, very cynical of anything in it being actually true.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. So yeah, I would agree with that. That probably would be the way it would go either way.
Because nothing in there measures up with your either of the non-weapon proficiencies that you know.
It's the world's flat. You fall off the edge, you go too far. It's that whole theory is what I'm reading out of it, but in medical terms.
The book's old.
Right. Well, it's the same concept.
All right.
But I'm enjoying it. It's like, I have to remember this one. I have to talk to Gary about it sometime. Something to bring up in conversation.
So you go to supper
Supper.
and you have
Sup.
more of the supper jam.
Ooh.
Sup.
Do I see that guard?
Oh, roll 30. Let's see.
You just have to.
No, I'm gonna
Please
find
get a
him.
1.
I'm gonna throw something at him. Oh, I got 16.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna create more havoc.
Now you
What I
roll
heard-
me a 30.
What I heard was I'm gonna create more havoc. Please.
I'm
Where's my
bored
rolling
at this
for?
point.
You went low.
I rolled a 16, so I'm right in the board.
So did I. We can
Wait,
do things
really?
better, right? Yeah, I
No.
rolled a 16 too.
You character does not notice her looking around.
But I have a
She's
minus
looking for
14
something.
modifier. So I rolled 2.
That's great.
And his modifier also affects mine.
We both rolled the
We
same
both
again.
rolled a 2
This
again.
isn't 3rd edition or 5th or whatever. I don't know.
17 point.
Yeah, it's not 6th edition.
Aw.
All right, so you have your supper.
Haha, I get it because there isn't a
And we eat it too.
fancy.
Is there cake after? Damn it, that reminds me. I left something in the fucking refrigerator. I cleaned
Oh.
everything out on the property and I left the ice cream in the freezer. Damn it. Hey, all
Oh,
that
nice.
soda and beer I had in the fridge, I just cleaned it out today. The refrigerator got so cold. Obviously, all the diet froze and exploded. Several of the regular sodas explode. Not didn't explode, but expanded in their cans. You know, where they pushed out the top and bottom. Most of the beer was frozen, and several of those had exploded.
Bummer.
Oh yeah, I opened the
So
door.
for,
And the door. You know, when you open it, it's just a solid white door. When you open it, the door was covered in frozen like root beer and Diet Coke spray. I just left it open because I shut it down and it was clean, so I would just watch as it started to melt enough to where it slide off the door and make a brown puddle on the floor.
Yours or camps or what?
At the camp.
Okay.
The big white refrigerators.
Yeah. That's great.
Not really.
The announcement is made, supper time, and everyone goes in there and waits for the Lord and the lady to sit, and then they all sit, and the seats are depending on their status. And at the head table is the captain of the guard and the seneschal and the scribe and third girlfriend, and then as you go further back, you get less and less important. So you guys can try to sit wherever you want.
I don't care.
And the dinner is
Somewhere in the corner at the end of the table.
is a nice stew served in a trencher.
Ooh, my favorite.
And you realize that you're supposed to bring your own knife and cup.
And cup?
You just have them. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
You already know that.
All right.
You always have
And
a
if
cup.
not,
in
I
your
was going to
supplies.
sweet talk one of the ladies in the kitchen.
And
Do
most
everything.
people just have a wooden cup.
That's fine.
But if you're fancy, you can.
Aluna has a solid
go for
gold
something
goblet.
else.
I'm not fancy.
Jewel
I have
blade.
someone's wooden shoe. It is dirty. That's the way I like my mead.
I described what Aluna has.
Then you get some candied fruits for dessert,
Ooh.
and they're pretty tasty.
You get nothing because you're outside.
I know, but I can still say ooh and ah.
Okay, and then dinner's
You
over,
get
and
grilled.
the Lord gets up, and everyone else gets up, and they leave, and then you guys can hang out and drink if you want, or
Go over it.
whatever.
Yeah, we can hang out.
Most
Find a spot.
Most
Take a
people
leak.
don't tend to hang out here because this
Shake it
isn't a
off.
happening place. This isn't
There-
like a medieval tavern.
Not a whole lot of happening places here.
Yes.
Around anywhere
So-
near here. So
So
But-
boring here.
Now
Is it
here's
fancy?
here's the good roll.
It's warm.
Please one, baby.
it's warm inside.
No,
No.
not even close.
But I will say with that roll, you do notice a different man.
Ooh la la.
Like different as in good or different as in-
Yes, this man is what you would call fine. And he is wearing a nice shirt that shows he is muscular and well put together.
So apparently he makes you have a Jersey accent.
You know what I'm gonna say?
He
South Jersey.
he whatever your character likes in
He
the
is
opposite
that.
sex, he is that. Now he's not perfect because like he does have like a wart on his chin. Not his chin, on his cheek, like over here. But that's
Just
all.
imagine
Everything else, it's like
The beauty.
he's got nice hair. He's well coiffed.
You love to
Well,
run your fingers through his sack.
and let's see what he thinks of you.
Coin sack. What do you think of?
Oh.
He doesn't think I'm pretty.
Look at that ugly fucking horse dog
he,
bitch over there.
You're not a very pretty
She
person.
smells from a
um,
distance.
Yeah, I'm
I
sorry.
showered.
That's a
I really wanted
bad
I
roll.
really wanted someone to like
Well, here.
Nobody likes
But-
Here, let me hypnotize him.
not with an 18.
Let
I'm
me
sorry.
let me
So
hypnotize him.
he looks over at you, and when you guys like lock eyes for a second, and he's like, and you need to roll me to see if you notice.
I ain't interested in him. What am I rolling?
A 30.
Maybe he likes you. Maybe you're what he's into. He wants some Artie.
Oh, cock die. It's a cock die. 12. Teetering on a 1.
No, her embarrassment is no one gets to see it.
Woohoo!
So, all right, and then everyone leaves.
Oh, I guess it.
And
We
here
hang,
come
we,
the
we,
servants
hang, we hang a little while. And
Coming
just,
out
you
and
know, whatever.
putting out fresh rushes on the floor and cleaning up and taking the trenchers out. And
Going
then
to the
you hear
tavern.
one of them say, "Those chickens are gonna love this." No, so would a pig. And they run them out the back.
Ma'am. Excuse me,
I
ma'am.
guess there is no out the back here. They got to take it out and then go past through the main level
It's a horribly
to the
designed.
garden.
This is one of his early designed buildings, and it's a horribly designed.
Okay.
Miss?
You just monkeying around the servant girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the ones in the kitchen. Let's look.
Yes?
I was wondering, is there any chance you could perhaps find me an extra piece of that dessert we had today? Just a little piece. I would be surely indebted to you.
What are you wearing?
My nice clothes. I don't have any armor on. I don't even think we brought armor. No, we did. I wouldn't want to have it on.
No, I'm just thinking you're probably
I have what looks
after
like
being
a
out
chef's-
all day and all that kind of stuff. That's all. You're not like freshly.
Well,
I'm
I
saying
mean, we don't say when we went back to the room and talked for a while, and then we decided to go back to the library. I mean, we didn't say we freshen up because we're going back to the library then dinner. I mean,
It's not a big deal.
When we got back to the room, the first thing I would have did was wash up because we've been out all the first half of the day.
Okay, so she says, I'll check, and she walks away. And I'll let you roll a 30 to see if she comes back with something.
Jesus.
Nope.
Probably not.
What'd you get?
19.
She comes back with a piece of
Sometimes
meat.
be like that.
And she's like, I found this.
On the back of the diagram.
I want the piece of
Thank
cheese.
And she gives to you.
Thank you very
What was
much.
it? What did she give you?
You have a blessed evening,
Piece of a chicken.
my child.
She curtsies and leaves.
I did that, my child. I'm working on it.
So you see this thin guy munching down on some more chicken.
You ready?
Yeah.
I guess we're tired for tonight.
Yeah, we have to leave in the morning. I imagine we're leaving in the morning.
Yeah.
Figure out how we're getting back.
I did kind of mention something to Greg, but I'll check on that to make sure it's ready for us for the morning.
Tori, roll me one more 30.
What time you want to leave in the morning? First thing, or need what?
Yeah, I have
after.
nothing to do.
Well, we don't
13.
eat breakfast. Remember, that's kind of a whatever. We'll
What
take some
meat
food.
clam
We'll
food
take
in?
some food for the road.
Okay.
All right, so you guys do whatever it is you just said.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to kitchen first. Is the head kitchen woman there?
There is someone in charge, yes.
Ma'am, may I just have just a moment of your time?
Go ahead.
My assistant and I will be traveling back to Greyhawk tomorrow, and I was wondering if we'll be leaving quite early. Is there any chance I could ask you if a small basket of some maybe some cheeses, some breads, a little something to drink could be ready for us so we could eat on the road so we can get an early start? Is it possible I could pick that up in the morning?
If it's okay with the Lord, it's okay with me.
I will ask him to let you know.
Very good.
Thank you, ma'am. And I look for one of Gerg's people that run the place. The Sinistall?
Okay.
I asked where he's located, where he might be, or if somebody could get him.
Oh, there he is.
He's right there.
He's apparently on his way to bed.
Catch
Okay.
him in his night clothes.
I hope you have a wonderful evening, sir. Could I bother you for a second before you go to bed? I just wanted to confirm that we are leaving in the morning. I assume our transportation will be dealt with in the morning.
What do you mean?
We were brought here by carriage. Gerg sent a letter saying that we were requested to be
I see.
brought here. I mean, we did not transport ourselves. I am assuming that we have transportation back.
Oh, I'm sure there's somebody headed that way. There always is.
So we need to find our own transportation back. Is that what I'm understanding,
Well,
sir?
I'll before I go to bed, I'll go down to the stable master and make sure he knows. And then if someone is going back, then we'll see if they've got room, and then just make sure that you're, I guess, available, ready to go.
How about we try to find someone that's going to take us back, and I will make sure they are handsomely rewarded for doing so. Perhaps even
You're free to do that if you want.
Well, I was hoping it might mean more coming from you, and I'll even make sure that the cart comes back with a load of fruits, vegetables, breads, and whatnot as a donation back to the Oracle.
I appreciate that. However, I think you would be better if that's the way. If you're wanting help with that, the stable master would be who to talk to. He's the one that's in charge of who comes and goes, who gets to stay there. Now, if you're coming on foot, obviously we accept all kinds, but getting a ride back from someone that's already here, you'd have to go through him, unless you wanted to hang out by the stables and just ask. But that's not my job. My job is to get you to the person who can get you your answer.
All right. I gotta say, I feel a bit let down at the whole need you to come out at the Oracle's request and then you're on your own going home. I mean, we were catered to quite lavishly coming out.
That was more of the sword general's doing than Gerg's. Gerg doesn't have.
The note came from Gerg, not from the sword general. I know them both.
If you say so. I'm not so sure.
I grew up here. I'm just saying.
And
I just thought I might earn a little bit of something for doing what I do here and for who I am. I mean, I am obviously mistaken.
There's nothing more I can do. I'm not sure what you're asking.
You to try and do something coming from your mouth means volumes compared to me, because I don't know who the current stable
All you have to do is say I sent you there.
If that's sufficient here.
Yeah.
Well, then let me ask you another question. I asked the head chef if she could have something ready to go since we're leaving in the morning that we might eat on en route. She said as long as that was all right with basically you. Do you need to tell her that, or do I need to just say that you said it was all right? I'm trying not to overstep my bounds. I don't feel it's my place to tell these people what I think is right and wrong, or how do they know I'm not making it up.
Sure.
I'm just. That's why I come to you, and I'm not just doing this on my own, because I'm here as a guest per the request of the Oracle.
I'll tell you what. I can tell you're upset. You wait right here. And he runs off.
Thank you.
A little while later, Gerg comes down. And he says, here's Artie. He's obviously unhappy with what's going on here. I can't seem to understand what he's talking about. Gerg, there you go. And he leaves. So Gerg's like, what?
I didn't ask him to get you. I thought we had this work. We're planning to leave to go back to the Greyhawk tomorrow morning. I was confirming with him that we have a mode of transportation to go back. Something that's pre-set up.
And
we told you when
he probably sent.
He said, "Well, I'm sure somebody's going back tomorrow." Like, it doesn't matter to him that I was invited up here as a guest at your behest for a sword general. It's like
they've all left.
I know, but
I don't own a bunch of horses.
I offered if he would go and ask someone to set this up, that I would make sure they're handsomely rewarded and send back a cart full of food in return as my donation back to the castle. But he doesn't want to even get involved with that.
Well,
these people don't know me anymore. I'm grown up. I don't live here anymore. So a word from him means volumes. For me, who the hell is that guy? I want to see the money up front. That kind of bullshit. I'm just saying. And then I asked about, could I get some food to go on the trip so we can eat and leave early? Oh, the Lord has to say it's all right. So I asked him, do I need to tell him that you said it's okay, or or do you need to tell them? I don't want to overstep my bounds, and I don't know what to do at this point because I feel like the police brought us up for questioning and then said, "Find your own fucking way home."
He says,
I've had that happen before.
"Come."
I didn't ask you to be disturbed. I didn't want to disturb you in this matter.
I will have the scribe.
I mean, we could have brought our own transportation if it wasn't provided because the haste was necessary. I mean, we could have brought our own transportation up here and then had no problem going back with it. But you understand my point. I'm not complaining. I'm trying to make things happen in advance so there's no whatever. And I'm being told, well, I hope somebody's got room for you. If not, oh well. And that's the answer I was getting. That didn't work for me because I'm willing to go above and beyond to do whatever it takes to make sure that you guys are compensated.
I don't think you understand what it's like out there.
I guess I don't.
Things aren't like the city here.
Do you have somebody that ain't doing nothing that's got
No one would be
a wagon
that
would be willing to be paid and then to bring a load of food back?
Well,
I thought that would be the inspiration for him to maybe go, oh, let me say something to somebody because, he's important here. And then you guys are getting a load of food out of it. I thought that would be the little bump in saying, yeah, let me go say something to somebody.
he doesn't understand what that would be.
I thought it was obvious. That's my mistake then.
He works for me, and that's not the way I do things, first of all.
I understand.
So he was right to come get me.
I'm an oddity, obviously.
So let me have my scribe write out something with my seal on it. Then all you have to do is when you go to, I'm guessing, the kitchen because you want food.
Something for the long journey home so we can leave early and be on our way.
Yeah.
There are bandits out there. I want to hit them in the afternoon. I'd like to be out early when they're not up.
Well, actually, bandits work less during the day and more at night.
Well,
so
either way, we want to get an early jump on it.
Keep
It's
that
a
in
day's
mind.
ride.
There's more chance of being caught when the sun is up.
I understand what you're saying. It's a full day's ride. I want to make sure.
As one of you may know, most crime happens at night.
I think I'm not there.
Well, you should be right alongside me.
Did I follow you?
We were going to.
Oh, I thought you
never
were.
said you walked away.
That's
from
the
me
impression I got.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'll be there.
You never said you weren't, so I assumed you were, because that's we were
That's cool. I'll be there.
walking
So-
somewhere.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
and then what else did you need besides you're wanting? So if there is no one leaving,
There's no one to hire? That's what I meant by-
you may, but you would be better at asking the person that has to keep track of all that traffic. There are people in charge of each specific thing.
I see.
They answer to the seneschal, who then passes on whatever information he thinks is important. Because if I had to do all that myself, that's too much to process.
I understand. I see where I have.
You're used to doing things by yourself with a city's ability to have all kinds of things available. Out here in the country,
I've forgotten what it was like living out here.
well,
I apologize for your being disturbed.
I wasn't to bed just yet. I was saying my evening prayers, so
I
not a big
apologize for
deal
interrupting
there.
them.
And besides, I think that for what you have done, I don't think that you're asking for too much. So don't bother with any kind of bribery with food. That doesn't really work either.
I wasn't trying to bribe. I just wanted it as an offering back to send it back full.
That's
Can you not use that?
well, we do have quite a bit of farmers out here now that are providing us with a lot of these people.
What
come
can you use from the city? And I'll make sure at some point
what
it gets.
can I
working.
use from the
What
city?
can the city provide you with that you are lacking out here in the farmland?
You know what? Nothing comes to mind.
Well, think about it, and when next you do your rounds and you see, that needs to be repaired, or we need a new one of those, or we need an extra one of those, send a letter to me in the town, and I'll see what I can do. Maybe have one of those sent up here. There's no need to know immediately.
There has been an influx in our coffers recently.
Well, that's good.
So right now we don't want for much. Pardon me?
Nothing.
I didn't hear what you said either.
Nothing.
She mumbles when she's tired.
He knows me.
That's the problem.
Hold on, let me see.
No, I'm not done talking to him, so don't piss him off.
I'm not gonna piss him off.
He's like, go to bed.
I'll meet you back.
Like a small child to me. Jesus Christ. No, just almost right on it. Going.
One other thing that's kind of...
So you leave?
Yeah, I leave mumbling under my breath.
Okay.
One other thing that has been bothering me as of late, if you care to hear it.
How long is it?
I'm sure it'd be quick enough for you to...
Morning comes early around here.
I feel... I guess having been basically, as we would call it, grown up here, been taught by you the basics, the healing, learned what I learned from you, and the nature of my being and the things I do when I do come back. It seems like I'm always, oh, he don't want to see you today, or you don't need to be in the castle today, or can't I have some sort of, oh, well, he's always welcome here. You know, he's family. I only come up here and help and do everything I can. I exhaust myself in your fields of people every time I'm here. Is it too much to ask to be welcomed when I come? Not by you. I know you do, but, you know, it's like I'm secondhand meat to whoever else I run into here to try and get in. There's, you know, well, you have to come back in the morning, or, you know, whatever. You know what the guards are like.
He says,
I feel
you haven't,
I feel that I've earned something, the ability to do that.
what I'm about to tell you,
And I don't hang out here anyway.
you probably won't want to hear.
I'm sure it's not the worst thing I've heard in the last few days.
What went on in the West is known by a lot of people here.
More specifically, you mean Durant and the tower?
Yep.
I'm not Durant.
You're tied to it, though.
How many people know that?
Well, considering the way you showed up and the way that we didn't hide you from anybody, quite a few.
I wasn't brought here at spear point, sword point, or anything else. I was brought here.
You just showed up.
Wait a minute. Oh, you mean originally?
Yeah.
As a child. And taken in under your care. You showed me the note Ryza sent you.
And I took quite a bit of.
Was that not a good acolyte for you?
I took quite a bit of guff for that. But I did it. And I'm not sad that I did it.
How would the people here
equating
know those
me with all these other people here that aren't as worldly is a mistake.
But this is a sword ruler place now, isn't it?
It sure is.
And they know who I am. They invited me up here and used you as the point of contact. So how is things out of whack? I've offered to help in any way I could to resolve the issues.
Put yourself in the shoes of the common man who can't wrap their head around what you are.
Why would the common man...
They're going to be scared.
What? Nobody was scared today as I healed them left and right, or yesterday when I exhausted my powers healing everyone. No one feared and ran. They all were they lined up for me to heal them.
You're saying that those people, the wounded and the sick, are they know who you are. They don't.
I don't proclaim myself to be anything but healing them in the name of the Oracle.
The sword rulers know who you are.
I don't have a problem with them.
Well, that doesn't mean they don't have a problem with you.
They didn't seem to have a problem with me when their leader was here. I wasn't brought here at sword point, nor treated like a prisoner, nor put in a prison after speaking with them.
Be grateful for that.
Well, I don't understand. What have I done wrong? I've only tried to assist him in any way he needs. And I tried to make that clear. Do you think he understood that?
I don't know.
I don't say anything that's not sincere. I mean,
All I know, is
that.
people fear what they don't understand.
Well,
And
yeah, I agree with that.
If you think that anyone around here that's a member of the Sword Ruler faith is going to understand even remotely that you're not in any way connected to that thing and that story and stories that get even worse than reality, you're expecting too much from people.
Well, I guess
People fall for this fake ass shit all the time.
Well, let me ask you this then. What does it matter if they're scared because they don't understand? People that don't understand just about everything tend to be more on the scared side. So they're scared of me because they don't understand. Why is that a bad thing? It's not what I want, but why is it bad?
Ask them. I'm giving you a reason. They're scared because they don't understand. I can't get any more.
So
involved in
you
that.
say that I shouldn't be welcomed here with
No,
open arms because
I
they're
didn't say
scared?
that.
Well, I'm
I
asking
didn't
you.
say you shouldn't be.
But that's what I
I
want.
said-
So are you telling me I can't have that because they're scared?
I'll tell you what. I could order people to welcome you with open arms. Is that what you want? Do you think that'll work?
I think that any of them that have gotten to know me know that I'm not anything bad. So why would they be scared if they've known me just in the several times I've been here in my time growing
I think
up?
you think you are here more than what you are.
I not nearly as much as I'd like to be.
How long ago did you leave, and how much have you changed since then?
Changed? You mean for the better, perhaps?
Whatever.
I mean,
And
I've
how many-
changed since I was activated.
How many guards were around at that? There's not a lot of
A lot
guards
less.
that stay here
There was a lot
for
less
many
back
years. So
It's been almost 10 years.
it's
But I mean, I've come and gone. I've been here in Greyhawk for the last couple of years, but yes, it's been some time I've been gone. But so in other words, what I'm hearing is it'd be a lot less hassle on you if you don't have to change things the way they are now, and you would prefer not to raise any more eyebrows than are currently being raised. To make your life easier, which is already a huge hassle with everything you have to deal with. Is that correct? If that's correct, I'll honor that. That's fine. And I'm not putting you down or putting words in your mouth. I'm just saying I understand that. It's not what I want, but I understand that. And that's the way it's got to be, and that's the way it's got to be.
Let's put it this way. I like things to be calm.
I haven't ruffled any feathers.
If you can come up with a better solution, I'm willing to listen.
I'm willing to do whatever it takes to come up with a better solution.
Well, then let me know when you have, because right now I can't think of anything other than me asking the scribe to make a poster and putting it, and I could start to preach during Mass about you, but that's not going to go over with the Sword Ruler faith.
I understand that. I know I'm an oddity to many degrees, and people fear what they don't understand. I understand that. All right. Well, I'm sorry I asked.
And I'm sorry that it has to be this way, but until either you can convince people that you're not the other guy, or the sword rulers aren't the ones that have created this place and all the good that it's done, I don't know. Now the people, what you're doing with the people outside, to me, that's the most valuable thing you can do, because they're going to talk the same way they make up shit. They're going to tell their friends, well, there was a guy named Artie there, and then they're going to point to whatever was wrong with Joseph the Miller, and it's like, oh, his fingers were mangled, well, now they're fine. I mean, are you telling him? I don't know. I've never actually watched you do your business. Do you tell him, like, I'm Artie and I'm here going to help you?
Yes,
and
but like I said, I don't promote a god, because I don't believe that.
I wouldn't ask you to.
That's why I tell you, I do it in the name. I make sure they are aware that my healing is in the name of the Oracle, that I am here healing them in the name of the Oracle. So everything I do is in the name of the Oracle, to further their faith in you. Because I can't do it for your God. I just don't. My powers don't come from a God. So I'm not going to tell them that by the power of my God, to me, that's bullshit.
So
in my instance,
if you,
I've learned from you. I've grown up with you, or at your side. So this is the least I can do, is put it to my good deeds to your name, in your name. They know I'm Artie. I'm not hiding anything here. I've never hid anything here. The worst day I've ever had here was when Tam came looking for her. I've never done anything wrong here. I've only tried to help. I've tried even the sword rulers. Durant's mortal enemies. I offered to help in any way I could. And I'm serious about that. I don't know what I can do, because apparently they think I'm a god, so I can't go there and help. I don't know how to. I didn't set this thing up in this motion. Higher powers did, or other powers did, however you want to look at it. So I'm limited to what I can do over there. I would love to go over there and deal with it. I would love to take Durant's body out and take it back home. I can't just pop in and out of places. I'm not that person. I know it's difficult for you people to understand, although I have all of Gerardi's memories. I have all of Durant's memories. I have all everybody's memories, because I was those beings, but this being is not that way. Just like I am more aligned with the good side of life and nature and the treatment of others, where Durant, if I remember correctly, walked that fine line constantly. He was his comfort zone was on the border of that line. Others jump back and forth. I could never do that. I don't have the ability to do that. I don't know what my next form will be. I hope not to have to find out for a really long time. I'm not in control of that. None of us are in control of that. But you can't get any better than I am right now. And I'm trying to do. I have a healer shop set up in Greyhawk. I heal everybody that comes in my door. That I can heal everything, but those that turn to werewolves I can't fix. I can't bring back the dead. Those are the only two things I can't do in the name of healing. I can cure the blind. I can replace lost limbs. I can do it.
That's Artie. That's okay. You don't have to tell me anything more. I really need to get to bed.
I understand. I've taken up much more of your time than I anticipated. I didn't anticipate to bother you
tomorrow. I will have a note dropped off where you're staying, and you'll be able to get the food you need. As far as the ride out, if you want to try to pay somebody, that's up to you. Or I'm sure that somebody is going to be going back from here.
I think the combination of your paper will find me what I need to get back. And if they need compensation, I'll make sure they're compensated or donated, whatever. What about maybe if I had a note from you allowing me access to them instead of them knowing me and saying, "Oh, it's okay," with open arms? What if I had a note saying, you know, like I have for some of these other cities, that, you know, here's my note. I'm already. Oh, yes, you can go right in. Sir. What if we had something like that? Is that a possibility?
Not right now.
Okay. All right. Well, I won't ask any more of it.
All right.
Good night. And I may not see you in the morning. So thank you for your hospitality.
You're welcome. May the gods bless your travels.
And I go back to the room.
All right.
I knock on your door. I go back to her room.
Yes. Open up the door.
Yeah. I guess we have to find our own ride in the morning.
That's what it sounded like before I left.
Next time, we need to take our own rides up here so this doesn't become an issue.
I'm sure there'll be somebody going out of town.
Yeah. I mean,
Sure, you could charm them into getting us there.
yeah, but what if there isn't? That's the whole thing. It's like,
It'll be
so I have to be straight. I don't want to be out at night if we don't have to be. That's why I want to leave in the morning and be so we get home. We get home before.
Well,
dark.
if it doesn't happen, then we'll just be out at night.
I hate not being able to teleport.
Could you teleport yourself with someone else?
I used to.
Oh, well, then I hate it too. You could have taken me to Gem Island.
You would like laying on the beach there.
It's one of the gems.
I have to be honest though. There's a curse on Gem Island.
We'll stop there. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. As far as I know, next week should be good.
As far as I know, yeah.
All right. Thank you for watching.
I had to let you know.
Will you grab that treasure chest?
Yeah.
There's
See
a
you
curse
next
on
week,
Gem Island.
and we'll see
If
you
you
Saturday.
take anything off of it, you're
I may
fine.
fail
Whoever
to
the
say anything.
watchers are, thank
Yeah,
you. Drop us a note.
I think it breaks a little hard.
By the
to
way.
Worldofskell.freeform.net and